and stuff like that. There's like a new thing added here and blah blah blah. So
I'm not being the lead into this chit chat.
Yeah, you are. Too
Yeah,
late.
you are. It just went live.
yeah.
Bang! Explosion.
That wasn't like that. It wasn't like that anyway. It wasn't like that.
Oh, here we are. Who's opening this? We didn't talk about this all. We're talking about StreamYards and Zoom.
Yep,
I know.
We're all classy like that. We talk shop as we turn live, you know.
That's how we do.
Well, welcome to the November edition of the crossover, as we have now dubbed this. We've got hosts from all over the GUA, including our network head, Mr. Snell, rocking his two laptops in his living room.
Yeah, well, oh wow, you can actually see this. So if I'm looking at porn right now, everyone could have saw that right now. I better change it.
There you go.
Oh,
that's purely just for the patrons. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I wanted to be here for the last one, but with life and work, as you've seen, I haven't been on Marvel Alliance in 2 months. I will be in November at some point, but like usually it's
got 2 weeks.
Maybe, actually, I think it's December 1st, but still, I think it's December 1st, but still, it's one of those things where it's just been busy. So I wanted to be on the first one, bummed I couldn't, but I'm happy to be here and talk about whatever. We have not discussed anything we're going to talk about yet, so it could go anywhere. So I'm excited.
That's always fun.
Yes. So
we have no idea what we're talking about. So
no idea, but
I was
may as well
just
just
going to
end
ask
it now. No.
What's the first topic of discussion? I know, like, it's in my queue.
Whatever.
The Black Panther is in my queue to listen to. I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, we haven't introduced everybody yet either. Yeah.
That's true. That's also true. Hey,
they know who we are.
This caffeine pill hasn't kicked in yet, you know.
The one you took this morning. That's bad caffeine pills. Then
I know, for real.
Just go back to pop. It's fine. Actually, to be fair,
soda.
Whatever. I'm Midwestern.
That's pop.
I got rid of pop. Not really got rid of. I stopped drinking like a lot of pop long time ago. And I still drink one from time to time, but yeah, it's fine. I do like the taste, especially when I'm at the movie theaters. I have to have popcorn and pop at the movies. Now, the sad thing is, my movie theater went from Coke to Pepsi, so it's not the same.
Upgrade.
No, downgrade.
Oh, actually, I don't know
Coke.
though.
I'm Team Coke.
But I would prefer. There's definitely a difference. I would prefer Sprite at the movie theater.
That's fair.
I'm with you there.
I go root beer now because I can't. I tried Pepsi. I tried Mountain Dew. Neither one of them is. It needed to be popcorn and Coke. Popcorn and Coke was my go-to for movies.
Before we start introducing everybody, quick question about that.
Keep going.
5 minutes later.
I know the Pepsi Coke thing. So does your theater have like a Pepsi like machine where you have to push all the buttons and whatnot?
Or no, I have to get it from the I have to stand in line and get it from the actual person.
Really? In Canada, we have like a magic machine.
Oh,
no, not everywhere in Canada. Not everywhere in Canada. Same
we have a machine where there's
the freakish island that
I was going to say not on the island. Not on the
only
island.
one IMAX theater on this island.
The AMCs have the Coke machines, the Coke vending, the whatever you call them, the pop, whatever. They have that, but not Regal. Regal's you gotta go up to the concession stands,
and they don't have Twizzlers. Regal,
I don't care about the Twizzlers.
Twizzlers is one more overrated candy.
No, Twizzlers is my favorite movie snack.
That's fair.
Sour Patch.
And now they have Red Vines.
Red Vines are fine.
I like Red Vines.
No, they're not. They are not the same.
Now you're gonna tell me you don't like black licorice, Katie.
I've never had black licorice.
Don't do it. It's disgusting.
It's fine. No. I ate good. I had food. My mom
just like Twizzlers.
Good,
disgusting.
My mom loved Good and Plenty's when I was growing up, and so I would have Good and Plenty's all the time. And it's sugar coated black licorice. It's fine.
You're showing your age, Joe. Jesus.
Look, okay. I am almost 40. I am right there.
Oh, what's wrong with being 40?
I said almost.
That means you're like 5 years away from death. Like,
that's
what
I am 40. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm ancient.
27.
I'm not the oldest one in this chat anymore. What the hell?
27.
No.
Now I feel bad.
I think
Just a
Katie is
baby.
still the youngest. So
Yeah, I'm 29.
And technically,
so she
Joe,
got
you haven't been the oldest one for a really long time now. It's just
Yeah, well, Sarah was always, but yes, but Brett, how often do I podcast with you? Not often enough.
not often enough is
We actually
probably the
should-
answer to that.
that's
We
true.
should get that going sometime soon. I need to get you on a rundown review sometime.
That would probably
Heinz,
be
how old
something
are
we
you?
need to do. He can't
Heinz.
hear us.
Mine's
Oh,
busy.
34. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's
trying
watching
to
hockey or
post-
something.
No, I was trying to post my assignment that's due in a couple hours.
Oh,
So it's
come on.
me,
At least you
Snell,
finish your homework.
Clay.
That's under 30. Is that the-
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Clay's like
I just
32.
turned 30
There you go.
in
Gotcha.
January.
I turned
Yeah,
35 and like
I'm about to be 31 in January. So
Oh, I made the 30. I'm happy. No, that's it. I did it.
Yay.
Who else is here? Who
So
I think we
I'm
should
Joe.
see-
Nice to meet
I
you
was gonna
guys.
say, yeah.
I'm
Everybody
Chris.
does it.
I'm
Travis.
Katie.
play.
I'm Brent still, I guess.
Like the old Mickey Mouse Club, Clubby Rory.
I just figured, whatever.
Well, we've had a banter. I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna in the 2 minutes let the links go live and stuff like that. So if any patrons want to join and stuff like that. But yeah, Clay, you had a whole topic Bible apparently already set up over there.
Well, no, it's
Be
just
prepared.
I have nothing else to do at work, so I just think about this stuff. I'm sorry.
You could work.
You could work. Yeah.
Don't
Working
let your
is
bosses hear
boring.
that.
Look, I work in an assembly. I work at GM, so I have time to put a movie on and although apparently they're talking about taking away our headphone usage. So, don't
I
know.
will say
Yeah.
this though, I got caught
Jackasses.
today by the head honcho just laying in the back of my van today. So
You're
I
too
did.
new to be doing that.
Clay,
Exactly.
do not get
True.
fired
Give it
again,
a year.
sir.
I will say it wasn't my fault. There's other people that are in charge of things before it even gets to me. So I was just waiting.
It wasn't my
And-
fault. I was laying in the van. You sound like my kid.
But
It's not my fault that she walked in front of me as I was kicking out at her. It's fine,
Well,
whatever.
going to what I was gonna say, I haven't listened to the Wakanda Forever review at Marvel Alliance, but I know that
It was
I
good
have
review.
I have
Thank
personally
you.
spoke to Chris and Joe on their thoughts about things, but I want to hear a little bit, and I did text Katie a little bit about it. I want to hear Heinz and Brent and Snell. I know I listened to the GV review. I know how you feel.
Well,
I mean,
but,
there's a whole
that's-
2-hour podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna
they-
say-
you can just go listen to
Well,
Brooks.
just the
Cliff Notes version.
yeah, Cliff Notes version, and just casual talk, because I know that we were kind of advertising that Wakanda Forever would be something that we would talk about today.
I'll say, and you can, for people, if anyone's listening, whether it's audio or live now, it'll be full spoilers. So you jump ahead 10, 15, but it's been a week now. I think, at this point, if you're wanting to
It's only been a
desperately see
week.
it
I
today. yeah.
want it.
Yeah,
I want it
wow.
on the record, Clay. I have listened to your thoughts on Andor already. So just
I will say I did go see it again Wednesday. I had the day off of work Wednesday. Went and saw it again, and it didn't change my opinion of it. My opinion, I have it in the middle of my MCU rankings. But I have it below Black Panther. But I need to rewatch really a good chunk of the MCU because
me too.
I don't forget. You are watching.
You're
Calm
watching it
down.
right now, Brent.
Yeah.
And I feel
I
like even
literally-
before watch this holiday, you'd be like, the other day I was just watching Winter Soldier. And I hear that the most out of you for MCU drops. So,
I just got done watching Guardians 2, but that's because it was on TBS, and I was like, oh, there's nothing on TV, so click. Here we go. Still,
wouldn't you
that
click
ending-
over to Disney
watched
Plus?
it on
though?
TBS?
Yeah, to get rid of the commercials.
No,
I-
Joe.
there
What
was
an
nothing-
animal.
because I was just sitting down. I was after dinner. I had just helped my neighbor get into the ambulance to go to the hospital. I was just. It was a whole. Yeah, right. I know.
So, did
You
I love
buried
it.
the
I love
lead
that.
there. You buried the
So-
lead there.
I helped him
Yeah,
into
I
the
do that.
ambulance, wished him
I-
luck, and I watched
after I
Guardians
kicked
of the
his ass,
Galaxy.
I get
That's
him
how
in the-
it rolls.
So Joe, did
No.
you have to fix your bunny ears to watch that also, or
Sir,
Yeah. Does anyone else have cable here?
No, I have
No.
Hulu.
Well, I don't have cool cable.
Okay,
Oh,
look,
okay.
time out,
I,
time out.
I,
I
do,
don't-
I do have an antenna. I do have an antenna just to because it gives us some
That's
interesting
different.
channels.
That's not cable.
That's
yeah.
true.
The
It's not
closest
cable, yeah.
thing to cable that I have, the closest thing to cable that I have is YouTube TV.
If it
Which
makes
is
you
not
feel any
cable.
better, I don't
It's
pay for
streaming.
the cable. My
Oh.
girlfriend's mom pays
It's
for
going
the
to jail.
cable, and we were this close to getting rid of it. We were about ready to switch over to Roku, but because she could not get one of her news channels she likes to listen to or watch, she didn't get rid of it. So yeah, we were about ready to get rid of cable. I'm totally fine with that. Although at the same time, I still need to watch the last chunk of Walking Dead for my coverage. So I'm glad we still have cable because I did not want to pay for AMC.
Oh, I was gonna say there's AMC Plus. Get the
Yeah, I don't want to pay for that
You're
because
good.
there's nothing else on there that I want. So
Yeah, I don't even know what's on AMC anymore. At one point, I remember it was like Mad Men, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. It's
They
like,
had
I
a-
don't even know
they had a
what's.
giant list. Now it's
Yeah,
Walking
They
Dead's
all-
over.
and
Better
then all
Call
those Walking
Saul's
Dead
done.
spin-offs. Yeah, Saul's done. Yeah, but then they got
Yeah,
all those
like-
spin-offs, right? The Daryl.
Yeah, but
one
that's
and-
not get a draw for me. You know,
No.
that's I might watch those if I still have cable when they come out.
Yeah.
That's a big
Before
money.
before the next person goes, I'll bring in somebody that I'm sure Brent you can introduce here or explain who it is, or the person can explain
Oh,
themselves.
look at that. Look at that. I see who that is.
David.
Yeah, it's kind of a spoiler. The
can't
name
hear
comes
us
up
yet.
and you get the loading and stuff.
Who
so-
is
David,
this?
I don't. Is that Charlie? I don't.
It's not
So much
Charlie.
anticipation.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello,
David,
David.
welcome to the party.
Mhm.
what's up?
Long time no see. You know, it's been 4 hours.
I know, right? I feel like I just left your presence.
So I was gonna say, I know you've been on Marvel Alliance, but for anybody that doesn't know who you are, you can say a few words about yourself there. You know, because maybe people don't listen to Marvel, they hate it. You know, Chris and
They
Brent,
have
the
it in their queue, and
chemistry.
we'll listen to it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna curl up in my sock drawer and sleep for days with that criticism. Oh no, wait, I don't care.
Let's see. I'm David. I am a huge Marvel, Star Wars, DC, wrestling. If there's a section of nerddom, you name it, I am probably a part of it. There is a Power Rangers helmet next to me over here. There's a wrestling championship belt over there.
Oh, what belt do you got? What belt do you have?
Are you a Disney adult?
Oh, I got that one too. The big gold belt. That's the one you. That's
I'm gonna go get my belt. I'll
That's
be
the
right
one-
back.
It was my dream belt as a kid.
I
So
don't
I
have
was
one.
like, my
Mhm.
goal in life is to be old enough to throw money away on this and not have it hurt. So there we go.
Joe,
I'm
like
right
that.
there with you.
That's
I-
what yeah,
I
Joe.
I like the comment and not let it hurt with throwing money away because I did not learn that as I grew up. It still
Yeah.
hurts me.
And I mean, the thing that really hurts is the mini lightsabers that keep accruing behind me.
Mm.
Some of which have found their way into my house without anyone else in my house knowing they
You're
found their
not
way.
supposed to admit that.
It's
I
fine.
have
it's just
never
on camera.
ratted you out for the
But
record. I have
there's
never ratted
currently
you out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lightsabers back there.
Nice.
Jeez.
I just got the
Nice.
one I built from Disney. That's all I got. But that's upstairs.
Oh, I got.
Lucky. Yeah, I got
Mine's
that.
right there. My Disney one's right
At some
there.
point, I will get lightsabers. I don't have one
Someday,
yet.
someday I'm gonna hang it up there, but it
Yeah, I would like to get like a shadow box somewhere down here. I got no room though.
No, you're running out of room. Eventually, those
I
rooms are
am
gonna
running out
pile
of
up
room.
on you.
That side is like my single issues. It's also got my nice little wall of comics up there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sweet.
Then
You
Hey,
please
bunch of
tell me
other
you have
stuff.
house insurance, Joe. Please, for the love of God.
if I
Maybe.
say yes,
We
will you not
definitely
hate me?
should invest in that on Christmas.
For how long it took him to answer, I'm pretty confident.
Chris, what did
Look,
you-
I don't take care of the house bills, so
Nice.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
No, I think Matt put my Star Wars collection under like most valuable items in the house.
There you go. But you gotta do it.
That's
Probably
what
is.
that's what I did with all of my comics in this computer. Is the only thing that I basically put under renter's insurance.
Yeah.
I saw you bring something in, Chris. What do you have over there?
Yeah, this is the
Oh, there you go. The
it-
Intercontinental
well,
title.
no, this is the intercontinental turkey bowling champion.
Oh,
Turkey
my
bowling.
goodness.
Yep,
That's
yep,
awesome.
yep,
Very
yep.
nice.
I got
We
nothing.
take
No-
a
no
turkey, it's just made up, and then go bowl with it.
Wow. Like a turkey, like a dead turkey?
No, like one you would eat,
Like
except we don't eat
frozen.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a
frozen,
droid.
I figured that.
That's-
Okay,
that's
I
all.
got that part.
No, we
I
take a
have
live
as a
one.
droid.
Go, turkey, go.
Yeah. Fly. Okay, well, before we continue, we'll bring in another person here, Mr. Charlie Randall. We'll give it a second. It's gonna spin and everything, and then we get your guys' thoughts first because I'm sure people are tired of listening to us. You guys can tell us what you thought.
We
about
never did
the
talk about
content.
Black Panther, so
I know.
That's fine.
Oh, there you go.
We got-
I want to hear
You have a
David
whole
and Charlie's thoughts on Black Panther.
Of course.
Charlie.
Hello,
What up,
Charlie.
Charlie?
What's up, Charlie?
Hello, everyone. How are you guys
Hey,
doing?
Charlie.
Oh, nice hoodie. Got the invincible
Fine-
going on.
Finally putting
yeah.
a face to that name. What's up, man?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. No, literally just got done watching Game of Thrones. I've been going through that. I just finished season 3, episode 9. A big one. I'm sure you guys know what episode.
I
that-
still need to
I'm
get.
not
I
gonna
need to.
spoil- yeah,
I
won't
need to
spoil.
get back on that.
I
Yeah.
won't spoil, but no, some crazy shit happened, so I'm a little shook up from that.
Is this
No,
your
it's,
first time watch going through? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, I've been going through this weird thing with these prequels. Actually, House of Dragon I watched first, and actually recently I've been going through Better Call Saul, and Breaking Bad's a show I've never watched either.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I've been going
nice.
the back route for both of those, and it's been cool so far. But no, just been really enjoying all of it. But yeah, no, excited to talk to you guys tonight.
And like with Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, like did you get spoiled anything big before going in, or so far have you watched and been like, you know what, I feel pretty safe of like seeing stuff that I haven't heard about before?
Yeah, I feel like the things like there was a few big things I know, like some stuff with Hector and some things like with some of the like actual mob people that happened. But no, like a lot of the characters I don't even know, like Mike Ehrmantraut, kind of getting to know him. Like none of those characters I know, and they're all just really, really enjoyable. It's a really well-made show. Like it's just like I find it weird. It's just such a weird concept. Like if you were to like just explain that to someone to like watch that show, like without Breaking Bad aside, it's like, how do you really like advertise that? It's kind of weird, but it's just so well done. It really is.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you go ahead. What did you think about Black Panther? We were talking about that a little bit before we talk about anything else. What are your thoughts on this?
I was someone who saw it 3 times. I absolutely loved it.
Jeez Louise, 3 already.
Yeah, 3 all in that first weekend. And so, I mean, I went into it with one main goal, and that was to watch Queen Ramonda. I knew just from the trailers that she was gonna hit me in places that I wasn't expecting. And yeah, I shed a couple of thug tears during her scenes. Like there was no holding back the power of her. Like I hope she gets a Best Supporting Actress nomination because that was just amazing. Other than that, like overall, I love the movie as a whole. My second time viewing, I almost made it through without dropping a thug tear up until the end. And then the third time I was a little bit more stoic.
You're ready.
Yeah.
Trained through this.
Exactly.
I gotta ask because it might mirror Brent, but Brent, you always see it opening night and then you see like midday Friday. Do you, when Marvel movies come out, specifically like make time to be off on your job on Friday? Like
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. 'Cause
So
every time I'm like, how's he seen it during the day?
Okay,
Like,
so we have this thing. David participates every single Thursday. He leaves work early so he can see it before me.
Yep.
Because for me, the best time to see it is approximately between 5:30 and 6:30. That's the best window as far as like babysitters go.
Yeah.
For him, the best window in his kid and his schedule is more like what, 3 o'clock. So he's texting, depending on the length of the movie, he's texting me, I'm done, and I haven't even freaking started yet. And like Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's teamwork.
Drive me
man.
a river.
teamwork.
That's all you guys here at Eastern. I'm here. You guys are all sleeping. I'm like, I'm going to the theater now.
But on Friday, yes, like we
Eastern.
both just took off work and went and saw it, and we saw it together that morning.
Yeah. I planned on taking a half day, and then I decided I was like, I'm not going back to work.
You were going to make
after
me
this.
look bad because I wasn't going in.
Now wait a
I've
second,
done
you
that
guys...
with like Star Wars books, so
Mhm.
I don't judge all at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's important to you. You want to get it, and I don't want to
Wait,
be spoiled
Katie,
on anything.
You
I did that with
request out
Zelda
for a
games.
book?
Not gonna lie.
Yes, when we weren't getting advanced readers copies, I would like take off and I would like do stuff around the house and listen to the audiobook all day long.
The books
I
are
need-
long, some of them.
I
Like,
need to
you-
do that.
it's warranted.
Holy shit.
Katie, do you got a fan on
What
that
do you
piece of
mean?
paper
You're-
behind you, or is your house haunted? I was just wondering because I keep seeing it.
It's the
Oh,
fan
I
right
see
there.
that.
Okay.
See that?
I just
I
see
said,
it
Clay, you're
like,
sleeping in the
Yeah.
back of your truck. You don't need to ask
Here,
us
I'll
for
slow
work.
it down.
No, you don't. No, I was just like, oh man, I was worried for your safety. I was gonna say though, with Brent, David, you said you guys saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you said, Brent, you want to know his thoughts. So you guys see the movie and just don't talk. You see it and then you like split
No,
off?
for everyone else, I know
Oh,
his
okay.
thoughts.
Sorry.
You think we
Sorry.
haven't talked? You think we don't
Sorry.
talk about this stuff literally every day at work?
That's why I thought it was weird. You're like, nope, not gonna talk to you about it yet. Just
Yeah,
split
so-
away. So
Nope.
No, there's certain things that we will reserve and not talk about, like if we know the other one hasn't seen something yet, because I wake up early for everything, no matter what it is. And so he's more of, let me give it a couple of episodes to see if I will continue the early thing, but like
Andor
Tell us
had
a
to earn it. Andor had to earn the 4 a.m. wake up call, and
which
did.
it definitely has, above and beyond. It definitely has. But like Tales of the Jedi, I was like, no, I'm waking up early for that. There's no discussion with me. I am getting up early.
I agree.
Have you
about
all
Andor.
watched Andor all the way through? You
With
guys
one
have
episode to go,
all
yeah.
watched it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not Heinz, you haven't?
No, I haven't watched any of it yet. I'm watching.
I
wait
don't
till
know.
the
For
end.
me, I made it through the first 3, and I'm
Keep
trying to get
going.
into it.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. And
I was
literally,
I
to be
was
honest, like
somebody
your
that was
guys'
like,
review is the only reason like I'm pushing through it. But like, yeah, I guess it's, if there's a reason, I guess I'll make it work.
I
Yeah.
freaking love it. Like I'm
Okay.
pretty sure come Wednesday I'll be telling you it's my favorite Star Wars thing. Period. Like I think Mando's
Period.
getting supplanted. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think
Very.
I'm just hook line into it. And I know it's weird. You know, there's no space magic. There's no laser swords, but Andor has just impressed the hell out of me. And somehow, like each one of its little arcs is like getting better than the one before it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, no, it is. I am. When season 2 is it tomorrow? I'm ready for it.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
we
it
talked
is.
about
Why
it
is
last
it 2.5?
time.
Well, they're just now
because they
filming
don't start
it.
production until they don't start production on season 2 until December, and they said production's probably going to take 12 to 14 months.
Yeah. Sorry.
God, like
Not 18,
this, Rings of Power, House of
Jeez.
Dragon. I'm getting like no shows for like another 2 or 3 years. Like they're all
Hey, we got
taking-
Invincible
Well, you
coming
have-
out next year.
What happened
There's
back in the day when it used to be
Invincible,
every year?
There's Mando. There's all the Marvel shows. There's plenty of
There's a
content
couple of
to fill
DC
the
stuff.
time.
Is Invincible?
Well, we've also
confirmed?
got like the writer's
Confirmed?
strikes.
They're definitely doing a season 2 of Invincible.
No, but
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
confirmed for
2
next
and 3.
year? I mean,
Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
when it comes
Invincible's
out.
next year, I believe.
It
Yeah.
should be. It should be
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
had just, if I remember correctly, they had just started the 3rd season, like filming or doing the audio for 3rd season in like August. I have to double check that. I know I
They-
talked about it on Walk, but I can't remember.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they did a small update at New York Comic Con as well. So
Okay.
Yeah. I know they
I
said
need
the
to-
trailer's not coming until like early next year for sure. Well, that's
Yeah.
gonna happen early next year.
I
I need to
hopefully.
watch Invincible.
It's
Oh,
so
so
good.
It's gonna be bonkers.
So good.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
bonkers.
That might be another one I do weekly if that's, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
Just
probably will.
prepare yourself because it is very Robert Kirkman. Like it,
Who's
Like
Robert
we-
Kirkman?
the
He did Walking
Dead,
Dead.
right?
Walking Dead.
yeah, Walking
Oh.
Dead, and just you may want to avoid some trains afterward.
Don't be
At the-
ridiculous.
at the
Everyone
end of
loves
that-
trains.
I think I've watched like 3 episodes. So
Yeah,
I
it's
have to
good.
look
They did
back
a great
my
job.
Amazon.
I love that comic. I adore it. And they did a really great job translating it for
Yeah.
Yeah.
for TV.
I blazed through that comic
Yeah.
Same.
after
So
watching.
Too
I
it.
good.
didn't think that was the
Or-
type of Blaze he was talking about.
No, I went right through
I know,
that
like,
comic.
he's like,
Blaze.
No, yeah, no, it's hard to put it down, but it's honestly like for
I couldn't
me,
help one-
it's my
one-
favorite contained like end-to-end story, like just
Mhm.
like start to finish origin story, completely everything. It's just like perfect
Yeah.
ending all the way through. It's just no, it's literally just perfect. I just hope the show can, like, they've translated a few things, they've changed a few things, but from what they've changed have really like helped the show from what I've seen. And no, like from what is gonna come up, like is gonna
What they
be
got coming
absolutely
is
crazy.
going to be amazing.
I mean, some of
No,
those
oh.
twists that are in it that haven't even been talked about yet. It's
Mhm.
it's going to be very interesting to see how they do it.
It seems
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're
for
setting
sure.
some stuff up to happen earlier than it did in the comic too, though.
Yeah.
Or like the
That's
robot.
fine. I don't want
It's working though. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it seems like they're going to change up a couple things in terms of how quickly some of this stuff happens.
Which is
No,
good
they'll be
because you
here,
don't
I'm
want a
not
direct
reading anything.
translation. You
Oh,
don't want a
100%.
direct translation, or you already know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not reading the books every time Brent's like, you gotta read them, you gotta read them. I'm gonna read them after.
I mean,
you know.
I will be curious to hear how that goes. For you.
As I've said, there's just because when we talk about there's so much stuff in Star Wars and DC and Marvel, it's like there's like a bunch of plot points in the Flash where it's like, hey, we already know this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and that's fine because like I covered everything. But Invincible, I like as one of the things where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen, and I want to keep it that way because it's just it's fine. Like David knows that way with wrestling too. It's like sometimes you'll hear like, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of surprises pay per view, and by the time you're there, it's like, okay, all 5 surprises have been spoiled, and you get it's good because you get the reaction, you get to see it, but it's like. It's nice to have a few things where it's like, okay, I can completely go in blind and know nothing about this. And that's where I'm keeping Invincible. I don't want, but what I worry about, the more popular it's going to get, you're going to get those people on Twitter like, wait till they do this, where these 10 people die in this scene. Like eventually they for clout, like try to like I've read the books. Like, I don't give a shit, you know, it's just like, so I hope it stays that way. But Charlie, we didn't even, we're all over the place, but what did you think
of Black Panther?
Yeah,
no, I absolutely loved it. I went Thursday night and absolutely loved it. For me, I had a lot more, it was different for me. Like when I first saw, let's say like Black Adam, I was kind of dying to go back. This movie was a little harder to watch, but like not in a bad way at all. It was just like, took an emotional toll. So it took me a few days, and then I went back and watched it again and absolutely loved it even more the second time. But I had some kids in front of me, the row in front of me, that drove me absolute. These kids got up every 2 minutes and they were going to the arcade, like playing games, coming back, passing tickets to each other, like jumping over, playing. Nice. I've never seen anything like it. And no parents were with them. It was like, even during the like the Marvel, like the creds, like when it was dead silent, these kids were fucking just jumping around laughing. I was going insane.
Man, that's as bad as Chris's, and you can hear that on the Marvel Alliance that Clay has listened to you.
Yeah, Clay, how did that go? What happened to Chris on that?
It could get better with a person literally on a phone next to me taking a phone call, and then a vapor right in front of me, of which neither one has ever happened to me. I'm like, the heck? Come on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It could be worse. You could have Taylor's theater experience, right, Travis?
Taylor's just always in a theater where people are just farting for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just actually him, but yeah, I'm luckily I didn't have that. I was busier this time, but lately I feel like lots of times now I'm seeing movies very late at night if they're not the Marvel DC movies, and I'm always in the back row, and there's maybe like 3 of us there, so that's why I don't get these bad experiences, because it's just pretty just like empty and stuff like that. But
yeah, my last couple of people.
At the first showing for Black Panther at my theater, 18.
Out of a theater of what?
Of 120, I think.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the IMAX theater.
Yeah. So, but I, like David and Charlie said, I loved it. And I got to agree with David. I shed at least 3 times, I think I shed tears. I was glad I was wearing the big IMAX glasses, to be honest with you. Just sitting there, like, Angela Bassett deserves, like, all the praise. And I thought the action scenes were better than the first film, to be honest with you. I had a little bit of issues in the first film with the third act. And everything with Namor worked for me. So I thought nothing took me out, especially that final action scene. I also thought that I wasn't 100% certain Shuri was going to become the next Black Panther. For half a second, I thought it was going to be the other character that ended up saving her. What's her name? Yeah,
he gave a spoiler warning. You can just speak openly.
I know, but I did. That's
he couldn't remember.
I actually thought that for a second. So thank you, Joe. Still got
he was in charge.
I got you.
But yeah, and the best thing ever, they didn't pull a DC where they killed an awesome character after introducing him in the exact same a la Black Mask. They kept. I really, Namor needs to come back several times. I think he's a fantastic character.
The difference is Namor's like an anti-hero. Black Mask is a villain. So
shouldn't have got rid of him, Brent. He would have been awesome.
But that's the thing.
Well, go ahead, Katie.
Sorry.
as much as Ewan McGregor was awesome as Black Mask, and yes, Travis, I can agree, I would have loved to see him come back for more. The point of the story would not have hit as hard for Birds of Prey if he hadn't gone out there.
They could just pull a grenade though, like
I
comatose
disagree.
him,
I
you know?
disagree with
That's
that. I
all
don't
they
think you
gotta
need to
do.
blow his head off for it to be.
In a story about female empowerment,
That's
completely disagree.
I know. Well, she killed about 2,600 people, so I don't think the extra one person is going to extend
He
female
was the
empowerment.
driver of the trauma.
He
had
was the
control
female
over
empowerment
her, and he needed to go.
But you know,
He
Zod
had control
died,
over
and
it. He needed to
Zod
go.
died, and
Yeah.
he's coming back. So it doesn't mean Black Mask is like gone. You know,
That
in a
is
couple
true.
of years.
As I say in this lovely world of comics we're in, they're only dead until we come up with a better story to bring them back.
Oh yeah, it's like
just
Luke
a different
said.
Black Mask. But
I still think Gunn is just gonna Batmite the shit out of this universe, and Fifth Dimension
Good.
shit is gonna relaunch everything.
I'm here for it.
I will say this: my neighbor, who is currently working on the Flash, did tell me the other day that Gunn had some notes, and they've got to do some more changes, and he's not happy about that because he's already working until freaking March.
It needs to be Vigilante and Peacemaker
already
showing
back
up
in the edit queue.
One thing, the comments about Namor, though, I was telling Joe when we were recording Ranger Alliance, is that the thing in the comics with Namor is here is the fence and here is Namor. Like he is right there. He could be good one day and then on that same day decide to be bad. And I thought I saw a TikTok the other day that somebody was getting a little upset at the phrasing of anti-hero for Namor, saying that like that usually means that they do bad things for good reasons, and sometimes Namor just does bad things to do bad things, usually in the comics. So I don't think he can necessarily get an anti-hero title. I'm not really sure what he can really get in the comics, but I'll
tell you what he can get. He can get Sue
Antagonist.
Storm. That's what he can get.
Okay. All
You
right.
can get what?
That's also Sue Storm.
Sue Storm.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're not wrong.
I mean, she is minus a husband now, so I mean, she's technically single.
True. That's
Who's
just
going to raise those
at
kids?
least in that
Namor.
I love it.
Yeah, the perfect stepdad, the guy who just killed the queen of Wakanda. That's who you want around your kids. Like I get it's for his people, but like he went a little too far.
He's very powerful. He knows what he wants, and no one will stand in his way. So when he's got to punish Franklin for jumping universes for whatever reason, I got nothing.
And watch out against Franklin. He might destroy Namor just looking at him.
Yeah.
I will say this, like as far as like going too far and whatnot, like I could clearly say that for Killmonger, but like watching Namor do this stuff, I was like, I don't think he went too far. But that's just me personally.
You're saying that
killed the queen.
You're saying that because he's Hispanic, Clay. That's what you're doing. If that was a white dude up there,
Blue Beetle's gonna be able to kill anybody.
Oh,
yeah. He's gonna be snapping everyone's necks and Blue Beetle. Be like, well, he's justified, you know?
Yeah.
I saw Superman do it.
Yeah,
I like what he's doing here.
No, I'm fine with it because I like it. Creates an interesting character. I just I think majority of people understand here, but just my worries. I don't want them to do what they did with Shaw and Fast and Furious, where spoilers for that franchise, but like he kills Han and it's like a big contention, but then after that, like everyone just kind of forgets about it. They're like, whatever.
Did he kill Han though?
He did. Okay, but they just retconned it so he could be a team
Like the
member.
only one in the GUA that don't like these.
Don't
films.
mess with family. Don't mess with family.
And I wouldn't like it either in two films if they're like, well, Queen Ramonda actually didn't die. We just kind of hit her and like I don't want that. So I just want every time Shuri and Namor are around, like I want them to keep the tension. I want them never to forget that. I want it to be like that scene in Thor Dark World, which is not the greatest movie, but like when they walk Loki throughout the prison and all of them are just like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you if you do it. Like that should be what the relationship with Namor. Yeah. And I hope even when Loki comes back, they should be like that in Secret Wars, because I think he's going to be kind of on the Avengers and they should never trust Loki. Even if this is the good version, they should always kind of give him the stink eye because of the stuff he's done. So I just hope they keep that with Namor.
I just hope Shuri and Namor are a better Raylo love story.
I also know
Raylo love story is the best love story of all time.
Shuri and
Katie.
Namor
So
will
it's
not
kinda
be
tough.
they're not getting together.
I don't think we're
introduce
going to see
Storm.
Shuri for a while. I think she'll be off the radar for a bit.
Yeah.
Especially since with M'Baku being the king now.
I guess.
So
Don't get me started.
Get
Don't get me
together.
started on this
clear
stupid
Talk about
scene.
just
day.
Dude,
I don't know how there was a debate there on your
because I was like, they're not this dumb to do this. He's just gonna walk down. Sure, he's not here. I'm king. That's the scene, and we move on. That's it. Like all I
right.
wanted.
We move on to the more important parts. Exactly.
All I wanted was a
here's-
scene like old Cap and Sam. That's all you need with Shuri and Duke. Just one conversation about why you should be king, and that he just gets on.
Didn't that happen just
Did you
before
not
that?
see? Hold on
It
now.
not
was
directly?
Look, hold on.
No.
But when
We
he
couldn't
comes
hear.
up and he announces that he's going to challenge for the kingdom, everybody in the audience is smiling. They're all like, "Okay, we respect you.
Yeah.
You've earned
They're
our respect."
about it. Yeah,
Chris
they're
and Brett
taking
talked
it.
about it on Marvel Alliance. He's earned this.
To me, it's just such a big thing in this MCU that each movie, even Civil War, has been about a member of T'Challa's family being in charge of his country, for someone not in his family now to be doing that, and it just be a passing by moment. Man, that just screams of like notes or rewrites or shoots of just like, we got to get this in. And I do think it is because something with Letitia Wright, and they're like, we don't know what we're gonna do. And I think it's just they could have, that team's so talented that that's the best they came out with. It really bugs me that, to me, that should be a bigger deal. It almost just comes off as like a funny scene. It should be a big deal that he's king, and it should be something emotional and impactful. It's just kind of like a meh, I'm king now. Cool. See you in Black Panther 3.
Counterpoint to that.
No, I don't want to hear it. No.
All right, see you later. The point of the movie was not about the next king. It wasn't about crowning the next ruler. It wasn't about that at all. It was entirely about the death of T'Challa and moving past that. If they spend all this time at the end dealing with M'Baku, yes, sure, it'd be great to watch, but that's not what the point of the movie was. People would just, not necessarily you, but would just say, they spent all this time on this. They should have been spending more time on what Shuri had going on. And don't forget, yes, it's been his family who's been the ruler, but they made a point in the first movie where we saw the full challenge. So we already know exactly what happens. Every single tribe is free to challenge for the throne if they want. Just nobody else did. The Jabari did. Now he is challenging for it. Shuri doesn't show up. She knew what she was giving up by doing that. You think if she wanted to be the queen that she wouldn't have gone to that first? Of course she would have.
But I'd love to see those motivations, not her just peace off to a beach. And it's the same thing.
She also knows that the new king is there now. She saw the new future king.
I guess, but the same way with Endgame, you say it's with Endgame, that wasn't about who's going to be the next Captain America, but we got that, and we got a great scene to pass that on. And to me, that's all I wanted, was like one last scene with Shuri and M'Baku explaining that, because she clearly made the choice not to show up to the challenge, right? This is something that's predetermined. It wasn't just he did a hostile takeover and challenge her when he knew she was in America. So I would have liked a little more of that, because it's just, that to me is such a huge deal. Or I love that Black Panther 3. He actually just lied. And
for the record, the difference there is Endgame was a culmination event. This isn't. This isn't the big, ending to an Infinity Saga. This isn't the end of an era, if you will. The way Captain America.
It's the end of T'Challa. That's kind of an end of an era. It's a small era, but
kind of didn't have a choice to do there.
Well, okay, don't give me that little T'Challa's the real T'Challa.
With Steve passing the shield off, Chris Evans had already been Captain America in 7, 8 movies, something like that at that point.
Like that.
I guess if you count Homecoming.
It's been 2011,
Shuri had been Black Panther for 20 minutes, right? And she technically never was queen. She was never crowned queen. The only person who ever referred to her to that was Namor. Everybody else looked to M'Baku for leadership, including her. Now, granted, she told him what to do, but he was the one that she wanted to get on board with the plan. She didn't want to talk to the rest of them. They have already, throughout the whole movie, showed that M'Baku he is the natural leader coming up behind Ramonda. It made sense for Ramonda to take it back.
Did she find a challenge? Ramonda at some point? How did she become queen?
Good question.
T'Challa died.
It presumably happened during the snap.
On, right? So even then, this whole thing of why does M'Baku
unless they did a challenge and nobody challenged it.
She just messed up M'Baku in some fight or something. That's
again, unless he didn't. Didn't M'Baku get snapped?
Deleted scenes.
Didn't M'Baku get snapped? I thought he was snapped.
Can't remember if he got snapped or not.
I can't.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did, because that was part of what the original plan for Black Panther was T'Challa being gone for 5 years and having to deal with not being there and someone else
No, you're right. M'Baku survived.
Yeah, because I think he's in one of those shots, like I think with Okoye when they're looking for, like not just kind of looking around the area in Infinity War, something like that. I remember seeing Duke live, but yeah, I'm not that person trying to say like, oh, he's a bad choice to be king. I think they did some of those. I just think that scene in particular is just very underwhelming for such a crowning moment. When you look at, T'Challa's challenge, you look at Shuri becoming Black Panther, it just feels kind of like a throwaway, but it's fine because I like Duke a lot, so I'll be okay with it. I'm sure he will become Black Panther in the next movie or in between or whatever they're going to do there. I don't know what's going to happen with Letitia Wright, but
Well, the big thing with this is it's already crowded enough between the grief plot and the Talcodon. Oh my gosh,
Talocan?
the Namor plot.
I can never. How do you say? I know they're Talocan. What is their?
Talocan.
No, yeah, that I know. What is the plural for the people?
Telecoshin.
I don't know.
Telecotians. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Telecotians.
But to Katie's points, though, you know what you do? You cut everything with Everett Ross and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and you give that to Winston Duke. In my opinion,
I felt like was the weakest plot point in the entire movie. Like it didn't
100%.
really add anything other than the fact that like, oh, there is a small connection to somebody who was in Black Panther and now who was introduced into the MCU. Like I think that's the
And
only
I
thing.
didn't even put together that Julia was the person for like the Thunderbolts. I didn't put that together because she looked completely different than
I was gonna say,
how she
she
had approached
also-
everybody else.
Her persona
Her
was a lot different.
presentation to those individuals completely different in my opinion. So I think I saw it on Twitter and was like, oh, that's the same person. Would have never put it
And
together
people
without
say Clark Kent can't hide with glasses.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean-
Just want to see more of that tribe, honestly. Like they were just so like even that opening scene just so terrifying. Like I just loved like any time they were on screen, like just their water mask. Like, yeah, it was funny. Like right when they showed up, yeah, you had people yell behind me, oh, Avatar, like like right in the middle of the theater. But
Well,
no,
especially when you get that, and Travis, you guys said it on Geekverse, is that it's a very suspenseful horror thing that they're doing. They're like they're crawling all over the place. It's like aliens are coming out of the gosh darn walls, man. Like they're everywhere.
they're freaking terrifying.
I wonder why a kid would have felt because I didn't bring my kids this one, just because I felt that. Well, the only one I bring is Gwen, but I would have felt this would be too slow paced for her. But I feel like that would be a scary scene for a kid to watch. Is these things popping out and the scary music, and they're killing people too. It's not like they're just like capturing; they're like throwing spears through people.
Yeah.
Siren song.
No, like they're like
It's a
straight up
scary- that's a
murdering the
scary
cops
siren
and
song.
stuff,
That's
even
very
on the
true.
bridge. Like, yeah, no, they
Yeah.
didn't hold back in some of those
like
scenes.
I'm gonna go kill you take care of her. I'm gonna go kill these the witnesses. And
Yeah,
then just
like
start
that was
slaughtering all
they're
the police.
ruthless, man. Yeah.
Which Brett, did you ever figure out why there were two different colors? Like you realize that when they were above in the air, above water, they were blue, and when they were under,
sort of. It wasn't all of them though. The only Talcon that we saw in, let's call it a human form with like human colored skin, was Atuma and Namora.
no,
Why?
when
children,
Shuri
when they
is
were
going
under-
through
Yeah.
Talcon, and they're all come up to and saying they're all in normal human color.
Yeah.
When-
You're right. You're
when
right.
they're
you're right, they were.
underwater. But so when they were in the cave, when
When they're in air, they've got the mask on and they're blue.
correct.
But
Yep.
why were they then blue underwater? Some of them were.
That was when they were in the cave with Shuri and
No.
Riri.
When Namor is giving his speech, like some of the Talcosians were in their like blue
Oh, were they?
avatar form.
Okay, I didn't see that part. Sorry, I didn't.
Maybe they just got in the
Yeah, I missed
water,
that.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of take some time they gotta get blue, you know.
They were
No, I
they were
don't know.
trying to breathe air.
Yeah.
They would do it. It was a legal substance in Telecom.
No, I like the comment that S Bubs put in the Discord. Somebody was like, "Why wasn't X-Men's theme playing when Namor said he was
Doesn't
a
need to
mutant?
happen.
How do I know he's a
my.
mutant?"
We're gonna do that every time. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Because he said he was a mutant. That's why.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Fair
you're gonna
enough.
start just
He did
dropping
eat-
that randomly in different things, and it has
yeah,
no
every
connections.
time, every time.
Love it.
Katie,
Did
what do you think
anyone feel
overall?
like did anyone feel like Letitia's scenes felt like they were more like shot on her own?
Very
With like very
isolated?
few very isolated. So like she could be with the whole thing. I don't know. Like I felt, and I was trying my best to like not put that in place because I did enjoy Black Panther and I wanted to enjoy this because I really enjoyed Chadwick Boseman as an actor. But it was just, I felt like it was like enormously noticeable.
I mean, I'm sure some of the scenes were, but she was in crowds and with multiple people in several scenes. So
Yeah,
I didn't notice anything.
I feel like it was more towards the end. And there was a lot of time on her own, like making the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah.
The when the queen died in her funeral, I felt like there should have been a little bit more, but all they did was like show her coffin, and then all you saw was Letitia, and then oh shit, M'Baku's Duke, yeah, Duke, and they felt isolated, and that's when I started noticing it. But I think before that, there was still a good amount of scenes that had her in crowds, and then of course the third act fight between her and Namor, but that was supposed to be isolated anyway, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Anything else on Black Panther? No.
No.
Just waiting to find out what the second week drop's going to be. Looks
Yeah,
like
I'm really
in that
curious
neighborhood
about
of 60%, 65% though. So standard, it looks like.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the next few weeks and whatnot because I feel like it should have a better hold than other ones, but still it does have that big drop as usual. It's I don't know. And then they just pass it right off to Avatar. So good little okay, I want to talk about that. Who here is excited for Avatar? And not mean see who's gonna see it. I'm saying who's excited for it. That's what I want to ask. There's some poll. I can't remember if it was Ride or someone was like, I laughed the phrasing too, like the most anticipated movie of the rest of the year, but it's like what else is coming out now and stuff like that. But
Knives Out.
I think that helps for sure.
Yeah, but that's Texas.
I'm so excited for Knives Out.
Yeah, no, I just they just released. I don't know if they did this in the States too, but I know in Canada they probably did, but they re-released the original in IMAX for a few months in September and stuff. And I went to go see that. I haven't seen the movie in so long, and it actually did rejuvenate, like it kind of boosted my excitement. Like I'm ready to go see it now. And just knowing like that second trailer too, like seeing some of those like actual story connections, like seeing the kids, seeing all these cool things they're bringing into the second movie, I am pretty excited for it. But I'm honestly not expecting like anything crazy story wise. I'm expecting for it to just look amazing, to be honest.
It should be a fun murder mystery.
It'll be awesome.
Talking about Avatar. You're talking about Avatar, Charlie.
I'm talking about Avatar.
So I'm talking about Avatar's gonna be a fun murder mystery.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Scoob and the gang
They're gonna
murder
be there. The kid. I don't know. I never saw Avatar.
You never know.
I don't really care.
Yeah, Daniel
see the first one.
You'll have plenty of times to watch it because they re-release it every time it's about to lose
and
its
I'm not
place.
gonna watch it. I'm good.
Every time it's about to lose its place on the highest grossing movie, they re-release it because James Cameron's going to keep that spot.
Yeah.
Well,
why
Disney's going to keep that money.
Why is it like you will never watch it? What did James?
So when the first one came out, I wasn't financially stable enough to go see it. By the time I did have some money, it was already out of theaters. People were all like, "Oh man, it's the best movie ever! You need to watch it. You need to watch it." All right, cool, I'll watch it. And then I just never did. I even had it on DVD. A friend gave it to me on DVD, and I just never watched it. So at this point, people saying, "Oh, it's the best movie ever! You need to go see it." No, I'm good. I really don't need to. The rides at Disney are amazing, and I love them. But no,
that is a waste of time. Don't go on that ride.
Fuck off. No, it's not.
It's
I disagree.
crap.
I had a blast on that ride. You should absolutely.
Both of them are great.
You know, the thing with watching it, and it brings up a couple of things. One, the early projections for the first weekend being at 123 million. You know, nothing to scoff at, but it's not like, oh, okay. And then you get Cameron coming out and saying, well, if this one doesn't do well, I've got a plan to end it with 3 instead of 7.
Like you're already 7. I thought it was only 6.
He's got another one. You never know.
Could do 7 of those.
I thought he was. I think it's 5 in total.
5
the first, and 4 more. Yeah.
Either
way. But he's even recognizing the fact that maybe I did have Lightning in a Bottle. Not a bad movie. I mean, again, I said when I first saw it, I was like, it's visually stunning. the story's nothing amazing. We've seen it so many different times and told in different ways. So, it's just one of those, it's going to be visually cool. But I'm wondering, in this day and age, are critics going to give it as big of a, this is the best movie, and now seeing what has been done, saying it's okay, it's cool to look at.
People felt like he
Yeah.
reinvented the wheel with Avatar, putting it in with all of these other movies in 2022. He's not really reinventing anything other than bringing something old back. So
Well,
one
he's
of the-
really
continuing on
popular
with the
these
story.
days.
He's continuing on with the story.
Sure, but one of the big things that made it big, that made the first one big, was he filmed it on IMAX and promoted the hell out of it in IMAX. IMAX tickets are expensive. Like you're
Mhm.
gonna make a ton of money if you only see it in IMAX. So if this one's, and I know this one's gonna be the same way, like he's pushing the IMAX thing again,
Well,
but
not only that, when the first one came out, like 3D movies were like starting to like really pick up speed again.
That was the big boom. He kicked
Yeah.
that.
yeah, he did it.
Off.
He hit at the right time.
Yeah.
This I know this one will make money. I know this one will get people in theaters. I'm not one of them though.
I think it'll have
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. Yeah, no, I honestly, like, I don't know if there's, besides the visuals, the world itself, I find really cool, like just exploring it. But yeah, no, I can't say I blame you.
I think it's gonna hit $1 billion. I really do. I think 123, 130. That's great. If you look at the first Avatar opening weekend, it was like 60 million
70,
or something like that. Yeah,
it said 77 million. I just looked it up.
like where it made its money was in the legs and everything like that. It wasn't that opening weekend, but I just think because up until Ant-Man in February, there's nothing. So I think it kind of has like tons of people are going to see it during Christmas.
How would this one not get a China release? I can't see a reason why this one would.
Who knows now?
Because
They're all
China
blue.
isn't
They're
taking
all
very
blue. They're
Yeah, because
all
James
blue.
Cameron's going to say something in an interview and they'll be like, "Fuck, we're not having an Avatar
well,
here."
again, it's a China doesn't need it because they have their own movies that make gobs more money at that point, just staying there. So they don't need it, and let's be honest, they can black market the heck out of this movie, and everyone can still see it.
That's the problem. Tons of these movies, when they do get released in China, it's already like 2 months later if some of them do, and that's like, well, they can acquire it by themselves and watch it somewhere, like you said, off the back of a truck or something. But yeah, I think it has like Christmas, people are going to see it, and then you got all of January, I think people will see it, and then you got Ant-Man. So literally Disney's passing it from Black Panther to Avatar to Ant-Man. Thank goodness Craven moved out of the way, or that really would have messed with Avatar's plans, because that would have taken it down. But
oh wait, Craven did
It's
actually
Craven
move?
time.
yeah, it's till I think it's in summer now, Craven, right? I think.
Oh, see,
Even later, it's October 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a
October
Halloween
6th.
movie, Craven.
That's
wow.
The first,
Sure.
the
We're
first
craving a
Avatar.
movie.
The first
Yeah.
Avatar made 265 in China.
Million, right? Not yeah. So that's
Oh,
a
just
pretty
dollars.
yeah.
That was 2 IMAX screenings.
But still, even if you take that away, it's still like a $2 billion movie, right? Because it's almost
Well,
$3 billion
it's-
movie, right?
Yeah,
So-
right now it's at 2.9 billion after its latest
Yeah.
re-release. It had a month ago.
And I
And
think
that
with
was early
Avatar
set as
too,
well.
it's like I feel like it is a family friendly type of movie that people can take their youngins to and stuff during Christmas. Like I don't think there's gonna be anything risque. Like it's all gonna be like
All the
animated
enslavement of
action.
indigenous people.
Yeah,
and
but that
stuff.
goes over
Yeah.
their head, right? Like in Pocahontas, kids
and
didn't get
in the
that.
interesting way they get it on with each other with the tails. So
Exactly.
And the
Yeah.
horses or whatever they were called. Yeah.
All I care about is they better give me at least a 2D screening. I'm going to see it. I just don't want glasses. I know that's the way to see it. I know that's James Cameron. That's the immersive.
I have only seen it in I saw it. The only time I saw it in theaters was not 3D, and I felt
really?
okay with it. And just 3D, I'm not.
I won't see a 3D screening. I'm not worth it.
I want to see Ant-Man in 3D, the new
No.
Ant-Man, because I
would
want
wanna
to see it in
ruin it that way.
Quantumania. Ruin it.
I hate
Love it.
3D. I hate it. I went to, when the Winter Soldier came out, I went to a double feature of the first Avenger and the Winter Soldier because I really wanted to do that. My dad and I went. It sounded like a lot of fun. The only offering they had for it was in 3D, and I basically did it just because that's how I wanted to. I wanted to see the two movies together. 5 minutes into the first Avenger, I was like, "What is wrong with the screen?" I totally forgot it was 3D.
That's hilarious.
That reminds me of a story when we saw BVS for Geek First. The earliest show, I think this was that time of Thursday showings, they would just do 3D, not 2D. So we had to see it 3D. But for the first 5 minutes, it wasn't 3D, and all of us were happy except for Taylor, who decided to go speak to the manager, and they started the movie back over, and it wasn't 3D. And we were all, maybe the theater was happy, but all of us, the Geeks First, were all pissed at him. Like, we did not want to see this in 3D. It's like, well, I paid money for it. I paid extra $2. Like, I gotta get my 3D, but like BVS was I'm so happy that's done too. Like, I didn't need Joker or the Batman in 3D. Like, I don't need any. Like, I'm happy we're almost done. I just personally don't like it.
Speaking of BVS, I just met another guy here in my town who worked on BVS. So that's 2 people I know that live by me that worked on BVS. So
wow.
It's funny that like
I'm VFX people to the left and right of them.
I was gonna say
no. This guy worked on set. He worked like the set design. So
cool.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
I'm not trying to throw your VFX guy under the bus. It's more just like a James Gunn story when he was like, he's talked about before how he doesn't like people like in the editing bay or like breathing down his neck or anything like that. And it is kind of funny if now that like that's him now is like can you change that there and how about that, like it's,
well, it's from what my friend said, it's tiny tweaks. But the fact that he's been working on this since last December, and they're not going to be done until March.
Yeah,
he is already like,
and I know
point of frustration.
And I don't think he will direct Superman, but it is funny, like way back ago when James Gunn said like, "Oh, I don't want to handle any of those big characters because of people's reactions to them." But it's like no matter what, you're going to be handling those characters now, even if he doesn't direct or write it. It's like he's always going to have a hand in it. So it is kind of funny now, like this role. He's gonna have to do things now that he can't, but he's still go on even Twitter right now. He's talking about there's DCU Batman, no one knows anything but me and Peter and stuff like that. He's talking like, I'm surprised he's still kind of confirming or unconfirming scoops and stuff. I still wonder how much that's gonna play into like in a couple months from now, but I'm still surprised. I thought he would kind of dial back on that a bit, but he hasn't. So
I think that's all the PR in him. Like he cares about fans, I think, clearly, and wants them to like have the right information. But I think it's also like the BS of it all. Like, I hope he still calls out Grace Randolph and never invites her to a press screening.
Yes.
I'm wondering if that's gonna happen.
Soups as well.
I thought she was legitimized by what's his name. So
I don't give 2 shits. I'm not gonna say that.
You're not wrong. And Soups, that guy drives me nuts.
Did y'all see his stupid apology letter thing?
I
don't even know what that's up.
I saw that you shared something.
I just saw it and scrolled past it.
It was, and it's not one of these things that I didn't care. It was one of these things between the first article and the second article. I was like, there's a lot to read here, and I'm never gonna fully understand. So I gave up, and I just was like, I don't think this guy's the greatest. I'll take everyone else's word and then move on. But it was just there was just lots to it where it's like, man, there's so many moving pieces that I've not been privy to in this whole thing, other than don't.
Well, like the biggest thing in his like statement thing was like, oh, those texts were taken out of context. And I'm like, I don't care how much out of context they were. I'm going to kill her, and I will end her.
That's pretty out of context.
Yeah.
By kill her, maybe he meant smite her. Wait, hold on, that's worse.
Unalive her.
He said he was gonna have Brandon Davis mooching off his girlfriend. Like, that's how far he was gonna destroy his career because he got to go to a premiere over Soups. You're gonna make this guy mooch off his girlfriend? Yeah, and that's taken out of context.
He hosted a what if season 2 panel, and Soups had, I'm going to end him under. Calm down a little bit here, dude.
You're at about 11 right now, bud. I need to take it down to a 4, 3.
I was wanting to ask you guys, just because Snell brought up the topic of Gunn and everything. He has been throwing out a whole bunch of teases lately, and whether they be super intentional, which I think they are, or just the random, oh, look at this anniversary of this character, that being Jonah Hex last week or earlier this week. Is there anybody that you guys want specifically, asking the same question that Gunn did over on Mastodon? I know that both Hines and Snell went into that and answered the question the same as I did.
He didn't respond to me.
No, he didn't respond to me either.
But this is a good question for DC Alliance. We should have that on Monday. So
well,
we're
I
not
was
talking about
gonna
something else.
ask David and Charlie, any characters that you would like specifically outside of the characters we've already seen on screen, that you would want to. Yeah, I know. Brent is going to love that answer.
Oh yeah, look at
I
that
like
black
that.
hair.
That's
Superman
what. That's the
animated
one.
series.
That's
Superman
the-
the
do
animated
Do you
series.
see that crab mask?
Player
It's
Krypton,
beautiful.
It's the
Yeah,
best
that's
mask
the one
ever.
there. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's my number one. But no,
I'm looking forward to that Funko Pop I ordered for that thing.
yeah, maybe some Titans too, like some Young Justice or something in the
got
DCU.
Titans. We got
Did we-
Titans.
did
It's a
we get
show.
Titans?
Scrap it, and we'll just pretend like it never happened. We'll forgive it. We'll forgive it.
I
you
haven't
know?
even started season
There's no
3, and I don't
forgiving
Me
even
neither.
think- don't even-
Me
I
neither.
haven't started it
You
yet.
haven't started season 4. You did see season 3. Wait, no.
Okay,
What
season
season are we on? I don't know.
You're
We're on
right,
4.
Brent.
Yeah.
You're right, Brent. You're
We're on
right.
4.
I already forgot most of season 3, and I don't even want to think about season 4.
Clay, I'm currently watching season 4, and I've forgotten what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I
they're
just
currently
listened to your
crowned
guys'
one of my
review on
favorite
DC
characters,
Alliance.
so no.
It's been following along a little bit.
I'm
Sounds
trying-
interesting.
I'm trying to find good with the show.
Good, yeah.
I
This- 'cause
really
there's a
am
scheme.
trying.
It's all you can do. It's all you
The
can do.
only thing that I like about that show is I like Brenton Thwaites as Nightwing,
Yes.
and I like Andy
Yes.
Diop as Starwing.
Yes.
Darwin?
Whatever.
Wow.
They do so
Starfire.
many things
Starfire.
right, like the costume design. They got the budget. It's
Mhm.
just the writing, the decision. They just
It's
I
trash.
don't know.
It's just
Don't
the
even watch
story.
It's just embarrassing.
honestly-
That's the
It-
important thing. It's fine.
It honestly makes me very worried for Power Rangers because
Are
Brian
same people
Hill,
are controlling that, Clay?
Brian Hill is writing Power Rangers.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
good.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
They
is
are doing
very tough.
damage to my
They're-
boy Tim Drake, and I'm not here for it.
Oh my god, it doesn't
Yeah.
even make sense.
Oh.
Tim Drake stuff, David. Oh my god.
He's the worst
Like,
Robin, so
here's
that's
the,
fine.
here's the bow
No.
staff, no
The
training.
Greatest Robin of all
What?
time, Drake.
The worst. Get outta
He's the
here.
You look up white bread in the dictionary. There's a picture of Tim Drake.
Jesus.
In
Personality, like
Travis
all the other
Pastrana.
Robins are so much more interesting than him. He's just I'm a detective. Ra's al
He's
Ghul
the
calls
only
me
one that
detective.
figured out what Bruce
Oh my
Wayne
god!
was.
Go back to
Oh.
talking and whining about M'Baku. That was the worst take.
Oh, no.
Hey, okay, I have a
Tim
question for you
Drake
guys.
tattooed on me. That's how much of a Tim Drake fan I am.
Attaboy.
Tim Drake's
there
awesome.
you go.
Katie, go ahead.
All right, I have a question. So I'm gonna be reading my first non-Star Wars comic this weekend.
Okay,
I
what
want
is
you guys
it?
Is
to
it?
pick
Oh,
Year one.
Long
the
Halloween
left.
or Injustice.
That's year 1, by the
Go-
way.
I
That's
would
not Long
go-
Halloween.
yeah, year one.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. I'm sorry.
I don't
Year
think your
one.
first introduction to DC comic books should be in Elseworlds where Superman goes ape shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
It's,
can-
just,
I
it's a
played
good
the
one.
Injustice
It's a
game and
great
I
one.
love it.
Well, there you
I
go.
love the
that
Injustice
that
game.
book is very good. Like once you start it, you won't want to put it down. It's so like the art's a little wacky at times, I find, but no, it's really cool. And it just how long it goes for. Like
I will
just
say
the
this,
world
Katie.
it builds out
It's
is
like
the
5
mo-
years. It's weird.
wild.
The
It's
moment
wild.
you see Batman punching a punching bag, just skip the next page. Don't look at his face, please.
Yeah, good
it's
idea.
the worst panel
Good
of that
idea.
entire
Yeah.
series. Just
I,
don't.
I
look
will
at it.
always
David's
take
ready.
for Injustice. I will always
you
take
go.
for Injustice.
I actually
You-
think you might
Yeah.
enjoy Injustice more because I could see a Katie
Yeah,
Hawk take coming about you
honestly.
not liking year 1. I can just see it on my Twitter feed right now. And, like,
She
I
already
can see it
said
clear as
she really
day.
enjoyed Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so that review's
Yeah.
gonna be
Hey, hold
like
on,
you
hold
might,
on.
you might
I
as well
liked-
just review
I
it by
liked
yourself at that point.
Crystal Skull. Only because I went into it not thinking it was an Indiana Jones movie and thinking it was a sci-fi movie. But that's a whole
How
different thing.
can you go
Maybe-
into
maybe
it?
Joe
Yeah,
had
don't
the-
even
Because
think
somebody
it's a
gave me a
sci-fi
heads up.
Oh,
Somebody
okay, that's
told
fair.
me to do that. That's why. That's how.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't
The
know.
thing you have to remember about Injustice is it was originally a weekly digital first comic book
Yeah.
that was basically designed with like half pages, and then they would put it all together
Yeah.
and like every 2-3 issues digitally made one
Good.
physical print. Joe says 3 will go with it. One physical print that came out like once, like it was truly digital first, like it was made for digital. So
Yep.
it does feel differently from other comics, and the art is a little janky because they were on a super rapid pace. Call it what it is. They didn't have the big names doing the art. They didn't have the most detailed art, but the story is incredibly compelling.
Tom
It
Taylor
is.
does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Injustice
even-
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. going into it with an open mind, yeah, no, I'd recommend that. Yeah, no, like Brent was saying, yeah, the art is a little janky at times, but like for the story, yeah, if you just kind of focus a little more on the words, it's.
But that's the thing, like when you're doing a weekly, you're gonna have some good talent, but
yeah,
they have to pass it on from.
Redondo did a bunch of those issues later on, right? But that was earlier on.
Yeah.
That was early on, Redondo.
The bad artists will really make you appreciate the good ones in that.
But
that's the best way to say it.
Even like the bad ones are not so bad that you can't still enjoy the
story.
There's no deal breakers in there.
The story's good enough that it keeps you through the whole thing.
Well, I mean, year 4 is a little.
But thankfully, it's only 5 years for the main.
I'll tell you what, though, year 0 with the Justice Society, that book really blew me away in the sense of like, oh man, they went harder in this one than like this is back to year 1 kind of, shocking stuff.
I still gotta finish that. I think I got about halfway, and then
it was a good story.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, no, what I read was amazing. I'll throw it on my comics challenge. I'll finish it eventually.
God, I still need. Charlie has just been blowing through that challenge.
Yes, I have been.
Every
I
single
keep forgetting now.
Every single time I go onto Twitter, I'm just like, oh, well, I was beating him at one point. Now he freaking just flew by me.
Yeah, no. Now I'm at the point like I just keep forgetting to put stuff on, but no, it's been fun. It's been fun putting those up.
I've talked with Chris and Clay constantly. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll update this weekend and never do. I haven't updated since like July.
It's hard. Once you get behind, once you get behind, it's game over. It's it's not.
That's the thing,
like, whole day logging off.
I'm not even counting like the weeklies I'm reading. I'm just counting the back stuff, like the collections I'm reading. So
I'm counting.
I just stay current on comic book club. As long as I do that, anything extra is bonus.
That's fair.
I go for one a week
plus one issue a week.
I mean, I did catch up on the Punisher and Moon Knight and Miles Morales and Amazing Spider-Man all the other night in the car outside just sitting waiting on my daughter's class to be done. So I mean, I kind of let a few build up and then.
Nice. Moon Knight's been awesome. Yeah, no, yes. Moon Knight, Jed McKay run. Good. Absolutely love it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know that Travis started it at one point. Now you and Chris actually reviewed it, the first issue.
Yeah.
But have you read it at all since?
No, I'm my log list is just it's
good.
I have so little time nowadays that I hope that at some point my next time off, I'm hoping for Christmas, I want to try and make a list, but there's so much. But that'll work better for me than the weeklies, because the weeklies, it's like weekly television. I'll sometimes just forget, like, right, I got to watch this and this. So I'll like it better when Moon Knight builds up, and then I'll just read 15 to 20 in a row. So I do plan on it. I have a notes on my Apple, whatever. I always have a comic list. Okay, you got to read this, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more. But when I retire, that's going to be some people there's some people in the world, like my mother, she's like, oh, I don't know what I would do if I was retired and couldn't work. I would be completely fine with doing nothing. I have so much stuff. Like when I'm retired, that's all I'll do. I'll just sit around, be old, read these comic books. Yeah, that's there's so much stuff. So eventually I'm going to get to it at some point. But it also helps because then I get to hear a run could start good the first 2 issues. And then if it turns shit, then I know, okay, I can put that one on the back burner. So that is the advantage of reading later on, is I get to hear people. If with Moon Knight, I know, okay, that's up more in list because most people are saying, okay, it's really good. Yeah. And I love Moon Knight. So consistent. Yeah, and that's good. Consistent. Where if it would have dropped off, then it's okay, I can definitely wait till a little while longer to get to that,
Yeah, they started a little mainstream, and now they're bringing in kind of the different personalities and stuff later on, and that stuff is just top tier Moon Knight for sure. The art. Yeah,
I just got to the point where the other personalities are coming back in.
Yeah,
I'm reading a Marvel Unlimited, so I'm 3 months behind.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to do it.
The Punisher run, the Punisher where he's had a Hydra, that's been, again, I'm Marvel Unlimited current, but that's been pretty good. 5 issues in, the logo is stupid as all get out.
Well, head of Hydra or the fist?
The fist of Hydra. My fault.
The fist of Hydra.
The fist.
The hand. I am way off. I said Hydra. Hail Hydra. The hand. He's leading the hand. He's out there cutting people's heads off and stuff. It's been pretty good.
But see, I've enjoyed the Punisher. I'm sorry, I don't know what the heck's going on in Jason Aaron's Avengers run. It's so all over the place. I can't like Multiverse. I think we're just broken reality in that book, and it's just like, oh well, it's coming to an end. At least he's doing good with Punisher.
His stuff on Star Wars 2015, I'm not huge into.
He kind of deviated into a lot of things with Star Wars. It's actually where I started reading that 2015 run. Was I think it was Star Wars 24 is where I jumped on with his stuff, and it was just a really weird stepping stone for Star Wars, and he just likes to deviate from a lot of different things. I mean, he did it with Thor and it really worked, but ever since then he's kind of wanted to be like, oh, Thor works for me, so let me surround my stories around what I've already written for Thor. And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out very much.
I just think it's a big mess right now in Avengers, and I'm waiting to the end.
You know, the Phoenix Force is actually Thor's mother, and all sorts of it's weird.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
So Frank is in the chat and he said all of the Dawn of the DCU stuff announced today sounds dope. What do y'all think about that?
Yes.
Is there actually a Penguin comic book?
It's going to be written by Tom King and art by I can't remember who the art is by. But I don't know. It's like this stuff with Mark Waid, and I think Joe and Chris know, and as well as Charlie, because I see you reading it on your challenge. Mark Waid has done some very wacky things lately. His Batman Superman, his Batman Superman stuff is really fun.
Yeah,
but then you read his Batman versus Robin, and it makes no sense whatsoever.
I am currently reading Batman vs. Robin, and I literally just finished the Robin series to lead up into it, and no idea how.
Yeah, it's quite a tone shift. Like it just doesn't.
Right?
The characters are just like not even the same. It's honestly
weird.
no, it's jarring. No, but 2 new Green Lantern books next year. Excited for that. I think Hal Jordan and one John Stewart one.
Not a lot of female characers.
No.
Doom
Patrol though. Doom Patrol. That's kind of exciting.
But no leading. No leading.
No. Is he? Yeah. None. I'm guessing I see a Hawk logo here. I'm assuming that's Hawk Man, not Hawk Woman.
I'm sure that it is. But one thing that I've had the conversation with Charlie. I know that you've somewhat listened to Batman News Weekly. Me and my co-host Juice have talked about it recently. Is the fact that like a lot of these writers that are coming in that haven't written for DC in a very long time, Mark Waid, one of them, is like he's writing for an audience. Basically, the stories that he wanted to read when he was a kid, he's writing that story, but in the tone of when that stuff was happening. So like basically like the back end of the Silver Age, he's kind of writing for that era, and it doesn't make sense for a modern age comic, and it's really weird.
Exactly. Yeah, it works for the Elseworlds. It works for World's Finest because that's what it is. That's what it's trying to be. It's trying to be kind of its own thing, right? But yeah, no, like you said, when it's trying to tie in or is trying to like that's supposed to be Williamson and Zdarsky's Batman. It's like no, these are not the same people. Like it's jarring. Yeah.
It would just been better if you do the Elseworlds and stuff like that, you know, because I feel like there's still an audience for that stuff. If it's specifically, this is the tone and type we're going for. You don't got to worry about this connecting other stuff. It's going to be more Silver Age, more classic. Here you go.
Well,
but
that's what I've enjoyed about some of the Black Label stuff, like Rogues. That was phenomenal. The art and the story was just like it.
Oh yeah, that one just ended. Yeah,
that was a lot. I mean, Human Target.
That one continues to be good.
Yes, and that's Tom King. Remember, Tom King. When you limit Tom King to a miniseries, he's pretty darn good.
His Batman run wasn't the greatest. 100% will admit that. But I wish they would have let him finish his run out properly. You know, because they cut.
I'll say this: I enjoyed Tom King's run a lot more than I'm enjoying Zdarsky's run right now.
I haven't even jumped into Zdarsky's yet. Tom King didn't
But
break
that's
me, but I
usually
was
how
just
it
like,
is.
okay, I can take a break.
Like, oh, you like everybody loves Scott Snyder. Yeah, Scott Snyder's run when Tom King was running. Now Zdarsky's taking over, and I'm like, that's weird as hell. But everybody loved Tom King. Like, it just like what you had.
I don't have yet an opinion on Zdarsky's run with Batman just because it's weird, but I need more time to kind of see exactly what he's trying to get at.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That little time skip I like that happened a couple issues ago. Like that little thing, just like that last page cliffhanger that happened. That was a little odd, but no, the story overall.
I'll just say this: I've already read a month ahead, and I feel like Zdarsky may have jumped the shark. I'll just say that.
Okay. I did hear that. I heard you and Juice freaking out about 130. So can't wait for that.
Did anyone finish talk? Because I only got like issue, I think 1 or 2, and he did that mini series of this, like the alternate universe of Batman and Catwoman did end up married and stuff like that.
Yeah, I read
it.
How did it?
I never
halfway through. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I got
okay.
I never did.
Yeah,
it's very odd because there's this whole fandom of that cat, like on like subreddits and even on Twitter.
I follow one of the pages. Yeah,
it's kind of insane. Like the things that Teeny Howard and Zdarsky are doing with Catwoman and Batman right now have Batcat fans very, very angry. But what Tom King did with that 12-issue mini or 12-issue maxi series is kind of just like be like, hey, this is what everybody wants, but also had the Tom King isms in there. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And I honestly feel like for the Batcat romance, it works. But for the overall story that he wanted to tell, it doesn't really work.
I was gonna say that was the best stuff I think in his run was their dynamic, and it's like the rest of the Batman stuff, like the wars and jokes of Riddle, were very convoluted. I didn't really like both his versions of Riddler nor Joker, but anytime Selena and Bruce were together, that was good. And I think that's why when the wedding fake out happened, everyone was like, "Oh fuck this series! Like this is the one good thing you had going and stuff like that." But no, I'll get into it at some point. Again, I just gotta narrow down which ones to do. So
I started rereading Tom King's when he finally got, City of Bane was done and everything like that. I said, okay, now he's done. I can finally give it a whole read through. I think, like you said, I think up until the wedding, it was okay. And then it kind of went like, I think the first small arc right after the wedding with the trial that Bruce was on, like serving as a jury member, that was actually pretty good. That was, that was good. And then they started veering off a path that, wait a minute, now we've got Thomas Wayne back in this reality. What? And now I said it. I think I said it on I said it in DC Squadcast. I said, this is Tom King trying to do his own Nightfall arc, and it's not as good.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
He tried.
And since then, everything has become a convoluted mess in DC Comics anyway. So everything matters and nothing matters.
That's why the new DCU is going to be great.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
2 months, January. I guess we don't hear. It just
like the new animated universe, Joe, where they form the Justice League off screen.
Still need to finish that.
Like, what?
Interesting. Do you think they'll do that in the movie? Do you think that just wasn't in the trailer? No.
Well, I'm so confused by it because I watched Beware, the new Green Lantern movie, which I kind of enjoyed, but they formed they have a watchtower and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's already a thing. Yeah.
Whereas, at least in Secret Origins, the animated series, before, by the end of the 3rd episode, okay, Batman paid for this and we're forming the League. That was all said. And we're 6 movies into this universe, and they have a Justice League, but there's no explanation of how or why it became.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I want to see some new movies in that Super Sons animation. I really enjoyed that, honestly. I really enjoyed it.
I just watched it.
I loved it. I like,
really
dude,
the
the creepy ass stars coming out of it. No, that shit. No, I
that on
loved it.
HBO?
Do you know what it reminded me of? That
What's
old 90s
Not yet,
cartoon
Katie, not
Reboot.
Yes, it was
never seen it. Never seen. No.
Oh, Canadian animators.
That's before my time.
Reboot and Beast Wars.
Reboot was great.
Oh,
And
Beast
Heinz,
Wars was
remember
another one. Yeah,
Heinz,
I heard
remember
Beast Wars,
Reboot? when they
Oh my
jumped
God.
when they jumped like 5 to 10 years, my child brain couldn't take it, and people were
It got
looking
super
jacked.
serious.
Yeah, it
too.
got really
like
serious.
Enzo got jacked.
And they
looked
take
like he
this,
was in
they take this
prison.
little kid character who's like, oh, he's fine, and then like later on he has like a scar. He's fucking jacked.
Well,
like
you go through two
Anakin?
seasons. You go through 2 seasons where they go through games and they
Like Sam.
take on versions of characters in games. And it's always implied that if you lose, you could die. But for 2 seasons, everyone's going about, they're winning all the games. Nothing ever happens. There's no repercussions. And then the Enzo guy's going to die, and he has to travel around the game and become a older, like Snell said. It's very jarring if you were watching it in like 94 as a young person.
there's some
and get to the
cheesy
third
stuff,
season.
Young
but
person.
I think you could still watch
like
it and
2?
enjoy it if you like this type of superhero genre and like sci-fi, almost
enjoyable.
Tron. Like, yeah, I still think you can enjoy it enough. I don't know how many episodes it is. I know the episodes are probably
They
like
came out with a movie and everything after that got hella serious. So
Oh,
it
man.
kind of it kind of goes way out of control. But the
Oh,
first
yeah.
couple seasons were groundbreaking in terms of the animation. It was like 3D animation.
That's
But
what I
it
can't
was-
wait for, to get through when I watch all these stuff on retrospectives, to get through like, oh, we have no more content. What can we do? It's like, okay, we're doing reboot retro. Like, I can't wait when it's like, okay, we've gone through Apes, because we've gone through Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, like all the big franchises. We're doing Apes next. But like, there's gonna be a time where it's okay, we got to start going down the barrel. Like Goosebumps, I cannot fucking wait to do my Goosebumps retro. I want
Are you
It's gonna-
afraid of the dark?
That question
Are
is
you
going to
afraid
come
of
out in the
dark?
town hall for GV, and Snell's just going to have his moment. Reboot.
100% reboot and it'll be the
waiting.
lowest
I've
rated
been
show
waiting.
on the network. And I'll have
I've
to
been
cancel.
waiting.
Yeah, I have been waiting.
It's your passion project. To heck with the ratings.
Exactly.
Sometimes,
No, but
yeah.
Charlie, after I watched that Super Sons movie, or like I think within 15 minutes, I'm not going to spoil anything, Joe. It's fine.
Yeah.
15 minutes into watching that movie, I even put on Twitter, I was like, I miss 2D animation. Like I just
That's
could-
fair.
That's
That's
why
fair.
you
I
put
like
that.
the
Okay.
change. I like the change up. Like I won't spoil anything, but some characters we see later on that come in and kind of help with the team. Like I want to see a movie of that team. Like some of the characters we saw, like I want to see that explored more in that world. Like I don't know, maybe is like the voice acting I really enjoyed too, but no, I think it was a little jarring at first, and it was a little choppy. Like it's not as smooth as like What If or some of the Marvel stuff, but it's okay. I got used to it, I think.
My only problem with DC and their animated stuff is you have this whole platform with HBO Max. Why aren't you putting your stuff on the platform? You
The
It's
easiest explanation, David, they're so hurting for money right now that they need the instant cash that would be selling their things out to other people to have them.
But,
That's
like,
it's
Batman
stupid. It's
versus the
stupid.
Ninja
long
Turtles
term.
is not available anywhere. So, like, if you don't find that in a bargain bin at Walmart,
Who has the
there's nowhere
license to
else
Ninja
watch
Turtles? Who has the license for Ninja Turtles content? though?
Nickelodeon.
Netflix, I think, that has it
So
right now.
that's going to be a weird. That's a poor example because it's a weird one there. It's tied up.
That's fair.
It's a decent movie. I saw that one.
They
but it's
have
weird.
other of their DC.
Oh yeah, no,
animation
all their
stuff
other
that's
stuff is just stupid.
half-
They should have it on.
half the stuff is missing.
Yes,
you can go into their
100%,
new 52 run of movies. Half of them are missing. Like, how are you supposed to keep with the continuity when half the stuff is missing?
Buy the DVDs like I did.
It's animation. They don't care anymore.
Hey, the DVDs.
Yeah,
But that's their
essentially it,
strong
Chris.
suit. That is where they are. If you put them against Marvel when it comes to animation, like that's their strong suit. And you
Don't
don't
talk to Zavlov about that. He
They-
don't care.
That's not a moneymaker for him, is what he sees
I
it as
mean,
anyway. But
but-
if you had a Spider-Verse or something,
with what Gunn has been saying and Zaslav, they said live action, animation, TV, and now gaming. Sounds like they want to go the Star Wars route, honestly. But I think I said this on DC Alliance. I think with how strong their DC animation was at one point, like you put Andrea back on that team of production and make it theatrical, I think it would be amazing.
It'd be amazing. I wonder just what it does financially, right? Because other than
This-
fucking Minions, kids movies are not hitting like the big projection right now. I think that's the other movie coming out, not this week, but next week is that Strange Worlds Disney one that's projected to do like really low and stuff like that. And look at Lightyear.
They have
Oh,
not
watch that one
promoted
at
that at
home.
all.
Yeah.
No, they've
I
not
will
promoted it.
always be disappointed in Light.
I'll watch it at home.
Yeah.
You watch Strange Worlds?
I have a
at
feeling
home?
Mario's gonna
Unless my
kill it,
kids wanna
man.
go see it.
You think so,
Mario's
Chuck?
gonna kill it for sure. I
Mario-
think Mario
yeah.
has a chance to be $1 billion movie, but that's just because
that
like
trailer came on. Those kids in front of me were screaming, like they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I want to see that! I want to see that!" I was like,
I was
"Okay,
screaming that. What?
I can't believe
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not doing a voice.
literally, yeah, no.
I can't believe he's just going with his regular Chris Pratt voice. I am
it's
shocked
not
by
right.
this.
He's put a little bit of Italian accent. It's fine.
yeah,
It sounds
it's
enough
racist
like
now.
He just had a
Mario.
couple words. How are you going to judge a whole performance?
Yeah, it's
off
an-
just a couple
yeah.
words.
Welcome
It's
to the internet,
Mario.
Katie.
I mean,
Just, here we
Jack
go.
Black had a couple of words, and he sounded
Mario the
amazing
animated
as
series is
Bowser.
rolling over in his grave.
Oh,
I
God.
do.
Yeah,
I
that's
still
true.
have, I have blue DVDs of that series. I love that thing growing
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I show
And-
my kid that all the time when
And the
she was
Link
younger.
series, the Legend of
Link,
Zelda.
I got that
Yeah.
on DVD too.
Oh wow.
I'm
Captain
old.
Lou Albano too. Good stuff. No, Mario. I think Mario just because that just hits every single generation. That's gonna be. I don't want to for sure say it's gonna be $1 billion, but like I would not scoff if someone says that.
Yeah.
Like it just
So
like
you think it'll do better than Sonic?
yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
I think it has the
Yes.
potential to do
Ooh.
better.
Because
than
Sonic's only still both of them are only like 400 million, which is still really good.
Are
But
they
that's
really?
not.
Ma-
I think
Mario
so. Yeah.
Mario's like the icon.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's the icon that literally can cut across from our generation to our parents' generation now to this new generation. There is a Mario, like they
That is-
know
that
who
is
Mario
true.
is.
And
That
with
is
it being
true.
animated, that's where it brings in the children. Because you could do a live action Mario and it could be a big
For
hit. Not
the
talking about the
children.
90s one.
I mean,
like-
I'll see
survive.
Mario for sure with my son. He
Yeah.
loves Mario.
And
The
I
animation one, like, you know-
guarantee you, they will be marketing the heck out of their park that they're building right now. They're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
market the
Yeah.
heck out of it.
Yeah. no,
Where is
the-
that?
Oh, it's going to be Universal. They're building it on both coasts. They're
Nintendo
building a
World.
Super
Oh, shit.
Mario
Wow.
world. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
no,
that's
and then
amazing.
I hope it does well, so I can get the Donkey Kong spin-off and every like I want us to
Seth
keep-
Rogen.
Oh, why not? I don't think it's out of the realm of
That is their origin
possibility.
story.
If this is a big film, I guarantee you within a couple months you'll get a Donkey Kong movie announced.
yeah.
Because why
I'd be
not? That's a
surprised.
whole other world, and I'm really excited. And I actually like Illumination. Like I like all those Minion movies. I like Despicable Me. I like those a bit more. I was not a fan of the Grinch though. I didn't like.
But I'll
fell
I
say
asleep
also
in
like the
that.
Grinch. I thought that was really good. I watched it every Christmas.
Miyamoto there's been a reason he's not allowed anyone to touch this property outside of Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
there's a very specific reason. So whatever Illumination and Universal were able to pitch to him, he's not an idiot. He's not going to just do it just to make money. He doesn't need it. So
Well, no, it's so funny too. You say that. That's the same reason why they did. Oh God, what's the Dr. Lorax? Because remember, after
Yeah.
Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss's wife was like, "You're never doing any live action stuff ever again." Like that's a true story in
yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah,
that
you're right. Yeah.
he wouldn't
Yeah,
take any
that one
meetings because
really
it was so
sucked.
bad. So it's funny that they both got Mario, which after that '90s movie, Nintendo was like, "No more no more Nintendo movies."
Yeah.
And after Cat in the Hat, they're like, "No more Dr. Seuss." So Illumination has both gotten Mario and Dr. Seuss properties that were at one point were like, "Hey, you're never touch this again." So they got a good pitch like person over
Yeah.
there. Like they can talk someone in the room, and I'm
In that first trailer, it's like, yeah, I'm sold. They'll at least have me for a ticket.
It's
So-
not even a returning cast, and to me, that trailer feels like the Force Awakens trailer, where it's showing you like big moments, and like the animated characters are like the cast members you know and love, like Luigi and Mario and stuff. And again, if that hits, they just have like and just the toys for kids they can just take advantage of, like the fire suit, the wingsuit. Like that's just a marketing machine right there.
But can you imagine, like, if that goes off, they said, what about Zelda? What about Metroid? If we put
Yeah.
those, I mean, that opens the door to a big possibility.
The problem with
It's
Zelda
just-
is they've tried like the animation the animated one that came out in the 80s. It wasn't great because they had Link talk. Link doesn't talk. And
But Mario doesn't really either,
Fair.
right? And they're gonna do
Yeah.
that now. So
But-
this is the testing ground.
but
for them.
Mario also had multiple cartoons, multiple animated series that
Mhm.
That
worked.
is also true.
And even the old live action intro to it, like, yeah, it was corny as all get out, but it's stuck in people's minds. Mario is just one of those that, like you guys said, transcends everything. Legend of Zelda is a property that people want to be made, but for whatever reason, they haven't been able to just actually have it hit. And I don't know.
Netflix
I don't know
years
why.
ago pitched them too. That
Oh,
was something that
God.
was in works, and then they
Yeah,
backed out of it. But
which is probably a good idea on their part because Netflix hasn't really been doing great on the adaptation end of things lately. Lock and key. But yeah, that's.
I feel like now they're all gonna. I think it's probably the smart route that if this is Mario, I feel like now if they ever do like a Samus, a Link stuff, they are all gonna be animated. That's probably for the best.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, because I think everyone had that in their mind, like, oh, it'd be live action. But I think you go the reverse. I think Mario and well, obviously we've seen that. But even if you're trying to be if you're trying to be faithful to the material, I don't think anyone can take that seriously. Like someone playing Mario and Luigi and.
Yeah,
I think
but that's what I'm saying.
like
It opens the door to the conversation to be had. What else can we take? What else will Nintendo work with us on?
Oh, just get me to Smash Bros. If
I don't want
Star
Fox.
Star Fox is for sure, especially with Top Gun so huge right now. Come on,
that's what
Top Gun with
said.
animals. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need. Get Tom Cruise to voice somebody, but no, I hope it has the same boom as superhero stuff. And in 10 years, we're watching the Smash Bros. Movie and all these crossovers are happening. And I don't know if it's going to go that route, but I hope it happens because
I mean, the Smash Bros.
Have a tournament without a tournament.
Yeah,
exactly.
You got
Smash Bros. 2 though. It's always something.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is there
when's that sequel? There's a sequel coming, no?
The sequel in series, they said.
They said they were making one.
For which one?
I don't know. Could be
Mortal
Kombat.
It's HBO's biggest movie, right? HBO Max.
And we'll see that tournament. That's gonna be the whole movie.
I'll watch it. I'll buy
the original at least had a tournament. It didn't really make sense. We weren't given that many rules, and people were passing people in the tournament ladder, and somehow Johnny Cage had to fight Zoro. But at least it was a tournament.
No sense. 0 sense. And the
At least it was
friends
a
never had to
tournament.
fight each other. Was it a tournament though?
Yes, it was.
On the first one, yes.
Started.
The first one, it was a tournament. The second one was just, hey, I'm on an adventure and I got to fight everybody. I don't know.
So why does Liu Kang never fight Sonya Blade? They're both winners. They never fight. That's not how a tournament works.
Sexism. I don't know.
Maybe. I can't help it that Shang Tsung cut the tournament off to further his goals, but there was a tournament going on there for a while.
Very, very,
very. We got to watch Cole go around this random made up character. Like
all characters are made up.
No,
freaking
dude.
Basically,
thank you for
Mighty
for
Morphin Power
addition to
Rangers
that,
acting, season 1.
Yeah,
I still stand by the fact that whole Cole character. Basically, Jason David Frank season 1 of Power Rangers. Like it's that bad of acting.
That awesome? I mean, damn. I didn't know you liked him so much.
Okay, you say that like the rest of the Rangers are thespian actors.
Yeah.
Like, they're all bad.
They are.
They're all
back
bad.
then.
Serviceable. They're serviceable.
And that's the thing, Travis. Like I know you don't listen to Ranger Alliance, and that's totally fine. I'm surprised that even freaking Charlie and everybody else who listens to Ranger Alliance listens to Ranger Alliance.
Charlie said he listened to it because I make him laugh. So.
That's fair. I did start into Power Rangers. I'm I started that like first 18 issues of Higgins' run. I got a bit into Go-Go.
It's
been
the comics
right before
have
Shattered Grid,
completely revitalized what Power Rangers is. But my God, watching every episode again of the original series, Jesus Christ,
it hurts my head sometimes.
It just furthers your hate motor of JDF.
We are almost done.
We're almost done with Mighty
3.
Morphin, but even then, like the fact, like,
and I've never watched Turbo.
Are you gonna do the movie before you got to Turbo though? Like,
I think we're gonna do.
We got introduced into the GUA by doing the watch along of the original movie.
Yeah,
we're gonna do the 2017 movie in between.
All right,
Mighty Morphin and Turbo.
I don't care. That 90s movie fucking is awesome. That 90s movie is great.
Oh, I love the movie.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Have you guys tried Melissa's new stuff? Like her newest issues, Melissa Flores?
Yeah, we talked about the first issue. That's going to be coming up this upcoming Monday.
Step Brothers moment, right?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Can't wait.
Speaking of Charlie, I mean, we're switching to Melissa there. Have you talked to Bash yet lately about you guys coming on to walk?
No, I have
That
not.
sounded like a drug deal going on live on air right there.
Okay.
I have
You talked
not.
to Bash about
I have not.
No,
That's
Well,
exciting
you
though.
You go yell at Bash because
I will. I'll go give him shit.
trying to
We
get
got the
that, like,
proof right here. We got the proof
something
right here. I'll go give him
for
shit.
the
I will
the
I
whole
will say
Radiant
this.
Black group
I
to
know what
come
they're
on, so-
talking about. And Brent, talking about Invincible earlier. If you want to get into something that has the same kind of energy as Invincible, Radiant Black has been amazing.
Massive verse in
he hears me
general is
talk
just
about it all the time.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
Very
something
good.
really stupid because I've seen a lot promoted. What is Radiant Black? Because I've never.
Charlie, go.
actually-
Charlie, go ahead.
Go.
Yeah.
The whole
It's
podcast about
basically like it's modeled as it was advertised as basically like Power Rangers with adult problems.
Okay, so it's like a
so it's
spiritual successor. So it's not directly tied to Power Rangers.
Has
No,
no
it's
connection.
nothing to do with
Nothing.
it. It has nothing
only
to do with
tie
it.
is the
It's its own
writers.
new superhero, completely new. It's its own
Yeah.
superhero universe that they're trying to make here. And
Do they
The
morph?
aesthetic looks a lot like it.
I'm
to
at
me.
issue 7.
they
and
morph,
I can
actually.
say-
That's
They
another book
kind
there.
of morph. So
Like
their
that-
powers are
That's
based
another
off-
book in there. Like that's Rogue Sun. That's like connected. So they have their own little universe
Cool covers.
going now. But no, they really just like are revitalizing like comics. Like just like every book. Like I read I read a shit ton of DC and Marvel, but like these
That's
just
your-
all feel so
yeah.
fresh and like
That's
the
your
stuff
top
they're
two right
doing.
now.
It's
and it's probably my number one, but just knowing the care and stuff that they put in behind the scenes as well really just also makes it that much more
Well, I mean,
special. You got
that's
those
awesome.
freaking
Charlie,
awesome
you-
connecting covers there.
Yeah,
You all-
I had
you
to
all-
pick them.
covers, yeah.
Who publishes them?
Charlie's spoken to Higgins.
Image.
Clay and I've spoken to Higgins at that point. It just everything he says
I've
is like,
talked to Melissa.
yeah, you've talked to
Yeah.
Melissa, Joe. Like everything they're saying about this series, like Image didn't have a superhero book.
Yeah.
They hadn't for a long time. And this was the first one in ages to be a part of Image. And Higgins is getting to do giving the keys to the castle. This is your product. Go wild, go crazy. And he has done some pretty wild stuff. Him and his team that have done like what they've been allowed to do is just like it's crazy. I like a ton of it. There's some things like it didn't hit as well, but at least they're trying. They're doing some things that are different.
Yeah,
and it's
100%.
still early enough in the series to where it won't hit now, but maybe they're going to tie it back into something later on. So,
all the series too, like even Melissa's new series, The Dead Lucky, like
Yes.
Rogue
Dead
Sun,
Lucky's
and
amazing.
like
Yes.
I was talking
I'm
to
look-
like the guys at the Radiant Black podcast, like they are like we like probably like the first 7 issues of Rogue Sun are probably even better than Radiant Black was for that first little chunk. Like
Yeah,
just the
it's-
pace, how it starts out and the twists that come out right away. Like it's on that pace. Like just every book they're doing is
I'm looking forward to Radiant Pink. That's coming out here. end
Radiant
of the
Pink,
year.
those awesome Spawn
So-
covers. You see those
Yeah.
30th anniversary Spawn Radiant Black covers.
Yeah, those are
no,
cool.
Literally.
Now, is
Awesome.
this supposed to be is it going to be just always a living, breathing thing that they hope to continue, or do they think they have like an end point
Yes.
eventually at this
Yes.
point? Okay. Yes. so the
He
first
has
one?
an end point, but I
Yes.
think they'll keep it going. I think Kyle Higgins, he wants this to be a movie. He wants this. I could see it like there's a little short animated clip you can see like it's really awesome.
Snell, they
Voiced by Will
actually-
Friedle.
Yeah, they did Will Friedle, freaking Batman Beyond as the main character
Yeah,
of Radiant
voice
Black.
Radiant Black. Yeah.
And I actually jumped in on the subreddit for Radiant Black like a week before it like was officially released and whatnot. And so this is the pitch. I asked him
Liked
what
it
made you
before
just
it was cool.
yes, of course. I asked him like, why did you decide to write an adult hero versus a teen hero and things like that? And his basically pitch and everything, he says, I think we have a plethora of great teen heroes. Heck, I'm writing late teen heroes right now in Ultraman, Power Rangers, whatnot. It says here, since we don't see adults become superheroes all that often, I felt that this could be a fun change of pace, especially since there's a lot of me in this book, building Nathan, one of the main characters, in the way that we have means that if this book is successful, we can keep it running for a long time. He can grow and change as I do. Go ahead, Chris.
I was saying every single person, Travis, that they say if you had to pick one book to read, put a book in my hand, I tell every single person Radiant Black.
Yeah.
That is a book I praise up and down. Is the book, if I have to pick one book, it's not going to be Marvel, it's not going to be DC, it's an Image book called Radiant Black.
I just take the Raylo fan fiction, but I'll keep the Radiant Black in mind,
It's just so fresh, like we were saying. Like it's just like, yeah, no, you get all these comics every week by DC and Marvel, and you get used to these characters, but just like having no idea where these guys are gonna go, and just like along for the journey too is also a cool thing as well.
And just like how the Disney Plus shows were doing the QR codes, like Kyle Higgins has been doing that inside of his comic Radiant Black. Like he has the QR codes, and I wasn't catching a lot of them because they were digital. I wasn't thinking of physically, and I found out that I was missing out on a lot of really cool merchandise and stuff. So
yeah. Some cool things that you can find going through there. But no,
that answers my question. I figured it was something like that, but I never really fully, I don't know why I never asked, but because this is easier. Instead of a wall of text, I got a lot of information.
For sure.
People telling me what and everything.
To sell you even more, there's a full issue completely in blacklight as well, blacklight ink, like going through like this other dimension called existence, and it's basically just them going through this black hole like dimension, and it's all in blacklight ink, and it looks incredible. It's really something.
And in a recent issue of Rogue Sun, Travis, they decided to do a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was freaking wild.
Yeah.
There's another issue that's just one page, like it stretches out to the whole thing.
They did that too.
It's 4 different timelines.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's great.
Yeah. So, but my voice is going, guys and gals. So I'm gonna head on out.
See you in a bit, Chris. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Sun's getting a little low, big guy.
Chris.
See ya. Bye.
Also, wind us out here for the next 20 minutes. Anyone have anything they want to talk about, get off their chest? Not anything illegal. I don't want that on the screen.
Whoa.
Something, no drug deals, but some sort of topic they want to
maintain plausible deniability.
Exactly.
A movie I know you just saw, Travis. I don't know. I want to see if everyone else saw it. One of my favorite movies this year, The Woman King.
Oh my
god, it's amazing.
I haven't watched that yet.
I wrote the review for Full Circle. It was great.
There you
it's
go,
so good. The score, just everything. Like it was honestly like it was kind of what I was expecting going in, but there was even some twists like later on that just make the movie even better. That like you're just like, damn, like this is
That's where I was. I liked the first act of the movie, but I was like, okay, like I've seen this movie before, like just done different ways and stuff like that. Everything was good acting and visuals and score. But like, okay, I was waiting for that hook of like, why is everyone like rave about this movie? And then, like I said, when they say that term, the devil's mark, and if you've seen the movie, it's just like, man, it just takes a complete shift. And Viola's so good. And this year, like honestly, it sounds like the most recency bias thing, but honestly, like this might be my favorite year of film like ever. Like even before I was even like alive or something. I'm sure there's some years I can't remember of like talking about when I think there's a year where like E.T. came out. There's like a bunch of bangers, but like what I have for my top, usually it's like, I got a solid top 10. I got like a solid top 30 of movies that are like 4.5, 5. Like it's been such a good year just for geek stuff, but also like just regular films. It's just, and there's still stuff coming out. I still got to see The Menu this weekend. Knives Out is next weekend.
Yep.
There's a great killer
on Wednesday. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too. And then there's like
Matt doesn't know this.
No, go ahead.
Matt doesn't know this, but he's recording the non-spoiler review with me for.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know. You're just gonna spring it on him before bed. You're not going to bed.
I'm hoping to see Knives Out in theaters, but if not, I'll watch it a month later on Netflix.
Yeah. You got Spirited that's out today. I obviously haven't watched that because it's been off work, but
yeah, we're gonna watch that. We won't watch it tomorrow because tomorrow's football day, but we might watch it Sunday.
Yeah. And then the movie I can't wait on Shudder on December 9th. There's some robot killer Santa movie where like they program this Santa robot, but then of course he becomes murderous and he's just going around killing people. I can't wait for that.
That's just Santa in Futurama.
And there's the Grinch slasher movie that I can't wait. That's coming out in December. That's gonna be great. I cannot wait.
Wait, there's a Grinch like.
Yeah, because it's public domain now, so it's like the
same people for the Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
I want to see that the Violent Night with David Harbour. That one,
right? My wife wants to see that a lot. I'm like, all right, we'll go see it. I think it looks weird, but I mean, I'll go check it out.
And I've heard there's no like tomfoolery. He's just Santa. Like he's legitimately just Santa kicking ass.
I'm happy.
Like,
how was, because I feel like this is definitely a movie that was on Travis's radar at one point. The movie with Mel Gibson being Santa.
I never watched it because Mel Gibson. He's one of those guys that for me, I can't. I can't watch his stuff anymore.
Neither can I, but I
Yeah.
just thought it was like a batshit crazy plot.
Yeah,
Like-
it was someone hires an assassin to go kill Santa. Like, it's an awesome pitch. Like, and I think Walton Goggins is the assassin too. So it's like it sounds fun. I just could, but I think from people that have watched it, they said good things about it. So there you go, if that takes anything. But yeah, I think I
Did any of y'all see the Nicolas Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
I
No,
still haven't
no.
watched it yet.
Yes.
I want to.
it's
That's
fantastic.
such a great movie.
Full on.
Okay.
That's my
Cage.
number one of the year right now.
Is your number one
That's
of the
good to know.
year?
I
Wow.
was on the edge for so long, and then right when it came out, I just decided not to see it for some reason, and it just kind of
Like,
fell behind. But
Bullet
that's
Train
good to hear.
surprised
Nick
me.
Cage.
Like, sorry, okay, go ahead.
I love Nick Cage and I wanted to see it in theaters, but then we had Antilles with his seizures and stuff, so I didn't see movies in theaters for like a month and a half. And so we finally got around to it, and I was dying laughing the whole time. It was fantastic.
It's funny, but
Okay.
the good thing is like two things. One, Pedro's like fantastic. Like, I love Cajun, but Pedro steals it away from, like, he's just
okay,
he's
that's
so
good.
good. And then it's also just surprisingly like a really emotional movie too. Like, it's not just like laughs the whole time. And it was in my top 10 until Woman King, and I bumped it to 11, unfortunately. But it's still like, that's another one I have like on Letterboxd, like 4.5 out of 5. Like, that was fantastic. I can't wait. I think next year Nick Cage is playing Dracula. Like, I love this little like
God.
pig. Like, he's like, I love all this like stuff he's doing. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, see Massive Way of Town. It's so good.
I do love me some Nick Cage.
I also think The Outfit is a really good one to check out.
The Outfit.
And I think that's on HBO Max.
I've not heard of this. Let's take a look here.
It was a very like small movie in February, and it was my number one of the year until I saw Massive Talent.
Oh,
Mark Rylance is in it. Dylan O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
This
Okay,
guy
okay.
Simon Russell Beale, who looks like Santa Claus, actually.
I still have Elvis as my number one of the year.
Really? I heard that was really good. For some reason, I couldn't get myself to just make it through that long movie, just because I have no relation to Elvis whatsoever. But I heard it was incredible.
It's a nearly 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
And like Katie, like just like threw up all about it as in our slice of film.
Yeah. I have no attachment to Elvis. And for it to be 3
Yeah.
hours, I was like, I could have like done without it. Like, it's 33 on my list of 50.
Whoa,
52.
God.
That's tough.
I got it at 15 out of 65, but still,
Hot
that's
take. Katie strikes again.
68, I guess. But did you see it in theaters though, Katie?
Never fails.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah.
We
see, I
saw
think that
opening
helped
weekend.
Okay, first time I saw it was at home, and I think that helped a lot. When it dropped on Max, that's when I watched it. It just felt like a breeze because I'm at home, I can pause and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
probably-
That's gonna be my only thing about Avatar 2 is like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, it's
like
a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
Bobby.
withstand. I can
Funny.
stand 3 hours for Batman, but yeah, no,
Yeah, I can't.
honestly-
Honestly, the stretch.
I see that's where I will argue against Snell's 1 billion prediction is that 3 hours and 20 minutes. Like,
What was
I
the
think
first one? Was it was like was it 240 only, or was it 3 hours? Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Avatar
don't
1
think
felt
it-
like 3 hours, but
Avatar,
It was
like
long enough that we
248.
don't need a second.
it covered the ground for David.
it was
242.
Yeah, I think somewhere around
Okay,
there.
yeah, that's an extra 40 minutes. That is a lot of time. The only way though it
Mhm.
could do it is like Endgame was 3 hours. Like, it's possible, and that was like big. Like, to me, it's all about the pacing of that, because if it's has like a lot of adventure and a lot of good like, I guess, but yeah, that's a long commitment. Like I said, I'll see this
Yeah.
one. I don't know about 3. I'll see, but this one, just out of curiosity, I want to see what he's done, because like, it's James Cameron, and he's been working on this movie for like a decade plus, right? So it's like, what is he cooking? Like the Thanos thumbnail, like, what is he cooking? And
That's ridiculous.
I'm interested. I'm not excited, but I'm interested. But also, Joe, I wanted to say you show Bullet Train. I absolutely love Bullet Train.
Yeah,
I think Bullet Train is my
I was-
favorite action movie of all time. I fucking love that movie.
It was one that
Of all
surprised me. It
time.
was one that
Yeah.
I
All
I
time.
love
like,
Wow.
yeah.
like going
Okay.
into
Okay.
it, I'm like, oh, this could be fun. The trailers looked amazing, and I saw it with the girlfriend, and she was blown away. I was blown away. It was just awesome. Loved it from start to finish.
Oh yeah, my ribs
Laughing
were at the end of that
constantly.
movie. Yeah,
I
my
will
ribs
say
were
this.
broken.
Oh shit, I forgot his name. I said this on the latest episode of Batman News Weekly. Director of Bullet Train would
David
make
Leitch?
would make an amazing Batman movie. Like I feel like if you put just Batman characters in Bullet Train, it's a great Batman movie.
See, I would give him Nightwing because then he could have like a charismatic kind of quippy lead. Where I feel like I guess you could have Batman kind of fun, but I feel like most of his movies, the lead's always kind of a little more friendly than Batman. So I think if you give him Dick,
and I think I said this on DC Alliance as well, that like I could see this being also a Green Arrow movie.
Oh,
Like,
100%. He'd do great with a Green Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, it's
That
gonna
would
be
be
that's what I'm interested to see with this new DCU plan. Like, do they do like Marvel, whereas hey, we have a plan and we're gonna get directors that fit that vision, or is it gonna be we want to go after the bigger names, stuff like that? Because Marvel has a mix though too, right? Because they'll go and get a Sam Raimi, and they'll go and get someone that you've never heard of, like the Thunderbolts director, who's like directed a couple music videos, right? So I wonder if that's going to be the case. Like, okay, when they make Green Arrow, are they going to go for like a David Leitch or someone with big action, or it's going to be okay, we want this upstart that James Gunn can like give notes and Peter Safran can give notes and they'll do what they say, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I'm curious to see what they do with all that, and even then, like I'm curious to see like even with the Batman too. Like, does Matt Reeves get notes from James Gunn to be like, hey, I know you're doing this, but like you do
throw a few quips in there. Yeah.
Hush should make a shit joke right, but no, I don't. I trust James Gunn's not going to do that. But I'm curious to see what they pick in the future. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. What about you? I would say Brett, and David. What are your top movies right now of the year?
Of the year.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like outside Marvel, or
give me both. Well,
I don't have outside superheroes.
I'm trying to think. What is your top? I would say Wakanda's your top Marvel one, right? This year, Brent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me pull up my list of what movies I've seen this year, at least theatrically.
What about you, David? What about you? What's top for you right now, or somewhere up there?
Top for me, would be Woman King, and right behind that would probably be Where the Crawdads Sing.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm supposed to, because Emily's like a big fan of the book. So
yeah, it's the same. Like, I heard so much about the book, and so I had never read the book, even though like there's 3 copies of it in my house sporadically places. I never read, so I went into it completely blind, and I was like, I just want to sit down, watch this, and see if it's okay. And it turned out to be like a really, really good movie.
Nice. If you like her, I'm not sure if you're, because I know Brent is it. I'm not sure if you're like a big horror fan or you like horror movies, but the girl, that's her name. It's like it's like Daisy Edgar Johnson. Is that her name? It's like 3 different celebrity names like put together. But either way, she did a movie earlier this year called Fresh with Sebastian Stan, where he's a cannibal, and it's really good. It's like a rom-com, like it's like a comedic horror movie, and they start to date.
Cannibalistic rom-com.
Yeah, and it's like they start to date, and he's the perfect guy, but then obviously there's some bad stuff, and it's like has like the longest cold. It's really fun. I think it's short and it's on Hulu and stuff. So if you liked her and if you like Stan, it's like worth a watch.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, if you're a little queasy, there's like one scene that's a little strange, but it's not even like visually. It's just like, him describing certain things. So, but yeah, it's a good one. What about you, Heinz?
I think I'm gonna have to stick with the Batman as being my favorite film of this full year. Trying to think, I enjoyed
choice.
Black Panther
It's
2.
mine too.
I haven't seen anything outside of superhero really this year besides the Redeem Team documentary, which I did not. That was okay. I was hoping it would have been a lot better. Chris told me about it, and I went to watch it, and it wasn't nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. And Black Adam, I thought Black Adam was enjoyable, but nothing special about it.
I thought it was great.
Enjoyable. I said
it's a Marvel
enjoyable.
movie. It's a Marvel movie,
That's what I mean.
Black Adam.
100%. I feel like
100%.
The cutaways, the 2 times you cut away and the music kicks in, the needle drops, and he does. totally. I don't understand what that is. Like,
No.
but
Take out the music. I don't mind it, honestly. Like my brother, he's a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. He absolutely
I like the power.
likes all these
Don't
DC
say
movies.
that. No, it's it.
But he said no. I'm not comparing it.
You
But he said this was probably like his top 2, like maybe top 2 DC movies, like just out of enjoyment. Which I can't say I blame him. Like enjoyment wise, it was
Dr.
fun,
Fate
but
was amazing in that film.
yeah, there was a lot of rough moments for sure.
If we're talking best movie of the year, like why is anyone bringing up Morbius? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
Morbin time.
I think
I had to look back. It's like, oh, that was this
Marvel
year.
Alliance for.
I will say this: Batman wasn't the worst film that I watched this year, but it's I think
you're number
4,
one.
8, 12, 13, 14. It's number 15 on 18 movies that I've seen this year. So
damn.
I got Morbius
Damn.
at 51 out of 68.
Wow.
That's what I got.
It's number 2 for me, I'd say. Fine. Everything Everywhere All at Once by far.
Morbius is?
no, I think he's in the Batman.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Batman.
okay.
No, Batman's
That's a
number
hard
2.
take. That's a hard
I mean,
take, Charlie.
Batman's number 2. Yeah, no.
Morbius is number 2.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no, no.
whoa.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is.
I still need to
uh,
see it.
It's
I
the
still need to see it.
greatest movie
by
ever
far.
made.
I didn't
yeah.
finish it.
I got
It's
everything ever all at once at 7. What's my least favorite movie of the year is Pinocchio.
That's
Yep,
fair.
right there.
By
It's in my
Pinocchio was
bottom
bad.
tier.
Cute.
Yeah.
Pinocchio was
Cute,
bad. That's my
Spiderhead,
last
and
one.
Morbius. That's my
Yeah,
bottom
okay.
4.
I got Spiderhead in my bottom tier. Yeah, my least favorite movie is no one's probably seen it here is the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was a massacre. Like
Can't
legit,
say I have.
it was tough to get through. I did not like it. And
You
now I'm
made it.
watching all these Christmas movies. So some of those are at the bottom. I got 2 like Christmas in Toyland and Jolly Good Christmas because I absolutely love bad Christmas movies. It's one of my favorite genres right
Yep.
now. The Lohan one on Netflix is not that bad. It's enjoyable. I like
Okay.
it.
I was wondering about that one.
If you
Don't-
like Lohan, you'll like it. It's like only like an hour and a half. It's very generic, but I feel like what I hate, and that's what some of those bottom ones are, the Christmas movies that try to be too serious and like they're trying to make a good movie. No, just accept that you got a shoestring budget and you're gonna do
Yep.
cheesy stuff, and that's what the Netflix
That's
Lohan
the
one does.
that's Hallmark movies.
No,
Hallmark
but
Christmas
see, I
movies.
watched
That's
2
right.
this year, and they were very serious, very dramatic, very like no humor, just like about love. It's like, no, I don't want that. I want cheese. I want bad acting. Like, don't try and be serious. And the other good one on Netflix is my favorite one is Christmas with You with Freddie Prinze Jr. If you like Freddie Prinze, that's a good one.
Ooh,
Solid
okay.
2.5 out of
Yeah.
5.
Also,
Excited for
I
Bad
was
Santa.
expecting it to be 4 out of 5 or something. The way he propped it up.
Bad Santa. I
Also,
haven't even
if-
saw that new one that came out a couple years ago.
Neither.
if anyone is interested in Disenchanted, don't watch it. It's not worth it.
I saw
But I
your
have kids. I have to
review.
watch it.
It's not worth it. Like it's
No.
not as good as the original. Just let the original be
But I
like
was
the
gonna-
only one in your heart.
But even though if it's not as good as the original, is it still not just enjoyable? Like there's nothing enjoyable at all, really?
Like it's like very much generic. And like Patrick Dempsey is left to like a completely awkward side quest thing. He's not utilized like
How
at
much
all.
is he in the
Yeah.
movie?
He's probably in like a
McDreamy.
total
100%.
like 15 minutes.
No.
And it's like over 2 hours.
Devastation.
Movie,
I
and it's-
love Patrick. There's a reason
Yeah.
McDreamy. There's a reason he got that name because he is McDreamy. The fact that he's in there only for 15 minutes, like this guy's a star and people don't use him. I hate it. Scream won't bring him back. He's in Transformers for like 22 minutes or so. Like, that's so disappointing because him and Amy Adams are so good together. Now he's in for 15
I
minutes.
love them in Enchanted, and it's just
Yeah.
it was absolutely disappointing.
Damn. That's
No, so now when you're talking about things to watch as far as like Christmas,
Mhm.
one that is on my wife's list every single year, and she even watches it outside of Christmas. It's a TV series called Dash and Lily.
Dash
Don't
and
know if
Lily.
it's on your list. It's on Netflix.
Oh, isn't
it-
Dennis Quaid in that or something?
No, it's
Okay.
it's basically along the lines of like The Perfect Date or Sarah Burgess is a Loser, kind of like that teen drama.
Oh
love
yeah, I
romance.
think Emily's watched just because Austin Abrams is this from Euphoria, great star. Just showing that out there, but
Yeah, it was a cute show. I liked it. But it's very hardcore Christmas themed, and I actually enjoyed it.
Okay, might get around to it. Is anyone watching the
Christmas
Santa
Chronicles?
Clauses?
I'll watch it.
Oh,
at
I'm
some
gonna
point.
watch that. Yeah,
I'm scared to watch it. I'll be honest.
I loved the Santa Claus movies,
Yeah.
and
If
so
you love them, you'll like it. I think you'll get enough enjoyment out of it.
See,
so.
I only really like, of course, the first one,
Mhm.
and then which one introduced Mrs. Claus? Is that the second one? I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through the third one.
Oh, it's
Like,
good.
You don't need to watch the third one.
Third
Third's
gets a
not
little,
great.
but like Martin Short's in it. That's I
Yeah,
love
Martin
Martin
Short.
That's what I
No,
didn't like.
it's
Yeah.
Martin Short, and I really love Martin Short.
Yeah.
But because of like how much older I am, and like when I first saw the trailers for that one, I was just like, I don't know if I want to watch this movie.
The thing I like about this show is that they bring in some real world questions about like, okay, and the Santa Claus too. It's like they meet for 4 days and she has to decide to get married to him, fall in love, and go to the North Pole. And they like make little jokes about that in the new series about like how outlandish this whole scenario pretty much is. So it's good. They released 2 episodes for the premiere this week. So it's all right Christmas stuff. Tim Allen's back and good enough.
Nice.
So yeah, there we go.
Anyone going to be watching David Harbour's Violent Night? Is it called?
yeah.
Is that
I'll
one?
watch
I
it.
will be.
That one looks
We'll go
freaking
watch it.
wacky.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know. It
excited
looks
for that.
exciting.
I mean, Santa stabbing somebody with a candy cane. I mean,
Hell
can't-
yeah.
Interesting concept.
I'm
Never
right.
knew I needed that in my life. But you
Right?
know what? We'll take it. We'll take it.
Just the whole, yeah, you're on my naughty list. I was sold at that point.
so good.
I-
like what?
I will.
Oh,
It's a
man.
good
Reading-
line. It's a good
I
line.
will be using my wife's email to watch Spirited on Apple TV Plus, though.
Spirited. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Is that the new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And I'm
Okay.
excited.
When's
'cause I'm
that
a
one coming
sucker
out?
It's today.
It came out
Yeah,
today
it
on
came
Apple
out
Really?
TV Plus.
Oh
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
Oh crap. All right.
I'm a sucker for any rendition of Christmas Carol. I watch them all through. I watch them up except for Scrooged. I watched the
Muppet Christmas
Muppets.
Carol is my favorite.
It's fantastic. I watched the Jim Carrey animated one. That's like they're
That
trying
one's
to.
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I'll watch all of them. Every single Christmas Carol, just give it to me. So now Spirit, even though I still don't know how I feel about. There's some about Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell as a combo. I don't know how that's gonna work. There's just I don't want to say nails on a chalkboard, but there's just something where it
It
just
might be a little too much. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's my
prepared
worry.
for that.
yeah. So like I just don't want to be fighting for screen time. But who knows? I think it was smart to make Will Ferrell like the ghost character. I think that's a good amount because he can be weird and creepy. So
Play is Will Ferrell too much of a star power for Star Wars?
yeah, you would want Will Ferrell in Star Wars?
No,
I was
this
making a
comes from
joke.
this comes from our conversation about Snell. Would you want Ryan Reynolds as Elzar
No.
Man?
No, no, absolutely not. First of all, not even because he's a big star, but I just wouldn't want Ryan Reynolds really at all because I think he's given up being like anything dramatic. And he was doing a little bit of that in like the 2010s, like when he did Buried and stuff like that. But
I think that
he's-
was his
that movie
last
was
dramatic
weird.
role.
yeah, I think that he found his need because the thing is, I don't think Barry did that well, and I think he just realized, or his agent said, "Hey, keep being funny," because that's why people come to see you. They don't come to see you be dramatic. And what was it,
Yeah.
Safe House with Denzel? Remember that was another one where it was a
Yes, that was a
CIA
good
agent.
one.
Yeah, but
I enjoyed that movie a lot.
yeah, no, I don't think Ryan Reynolds would fit in the Star Wars universe. I don't think it would work. He could voice a droid. That's what he could do.
That's probably
Be very standout. That would stand out so much.
But
like,
I mean,
holy
one
crap.
like how like Bill Hader.
that would
voices
be more than
BB-8.
Alan Tudyk's,
Oh, that
role
would
in
be-
Rogue One.
oh.
Yeah. Like give him like a BB-8 or who's the guy that was it EO or BO that JJ played in Rise of Skywalker? Dio. He was
Dio?
Dio.
Yeah,
Dio.
give Reynolds that.
And it
where he
was
could
that
just
was
make
Lin
sounds.
Manuel.
Was it?
No.
Yeah, that was
Who's
Lin-Manuel.
JJ?
Wasn't
I thought JJ voices a droid in Rise of Skywalker.
Dio's Lin Manuel.
Let's
What?
see here. JJ
Okay, someone's gonna
Abrams
look it up.
voice.
Well, while you guys are looking that up, I'm gonna bow out.
Well, we're
So
ending the show right now,
Yeah.
anyways, Joe.
Well,
Yeah.
It's-
the
we're
I'll
the
put
two
it in the
hours.
chat. I'll put it in the chat.
No, tell us for on air because the listeners are gonna be like, who voiced Dio? This is gonna be our last.
Cliffhanger.
Hey, Google.
Yeah. This will be our last
All
thing, and then we'll end it
Let's
out.
see
Okay.
here. It still has Matt Smith on this casting. That is
Matt
hilarious.
Smith did it. Good job.
He's in that movie
Yay.
somewhere. We're gonna find him. But no, thank you, David and Charlie, for joining. This was fun having
you.
some newcomers in here and stuff like that. And feel free to join again next month whenever we do this and stuff like that. And after next month, who knows? We Avatar talk about.
It says that JJ voiced Dio.
I know
That's
JJ.
what I'm confused on
Alright.
because I swore it was.
No. JJ's like,
I'm so
let me
confused.
voice this droid and ruin the trilogy in one swoop. So here we go. So
Wow.
And that's not even a hot take because it's totally right.
it is. And on
Funny
that note,
because it's
before
true.
Katie can rebuttal, we're gonna end right there. You can check out Star Wars Alliance. She'll tell about that.
Apparently, Miranda was a resistance soldier, which
Oh, good for
I'm
him.
like, I was so confused.
There you
but
go.
whatever.
But thank you everyone that listened to this or watched this. Thank you guys for all tuning in and whatnot. And we'll catch you next.